What's going on, my people? This your boy, Mr. OBF, back one time for your mind. Welcome to the OBF the Network, people. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can, donate to the channel. Go to OBF the Real Cash App and donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate anything you guys can donate to the channel. Need more information to subscribe and donate to the channel? Down that strong below the screen. All right, man. Been a minute, y'all. Told y'all I had a lot of shit to do, man. Told y'all getting ready for the fucking holidays and shit, so I had to put a lot of shit together, man. And I'm still not done this shit. This shit's still supposed to come today, so I gotta do some more shit today. I told my wife I ain't cooking today. We gonna have to eat out or something. I don't feel like cooking shit. I cooked yesterday though, but I'm cooking shit today. But anyway, so we back, people. Listen, shout out to Ashley in the building. Good morning, Ashley. Trump did an interview with 60 Minutes, and all I could say was wow. Like I know who Trump is. I know how he think in a way, right? But the shit that comes out of Trump mouth sometimes is almost shocking. It's like, yo, do you really genuinely live in this weird fantasy land? Like, you get what I mean? Is he that damn delusional? Is he that damn arrogant about himself that he doesn't understand what he's doing? Right? So it just, the whole shit is crazy. It just threw me off, man. I said, I'm gonna play a little some of this shit and then move on from Trump. I rarely talk about Trump because it's almost irrelevant to talk about him because you already know he's gonna say some stupid shit, and you can't believe nothing he says, and his party, the bases, they just ignorant. Some of them are not ignorant. Some of them are only fucking with Trump because he has the power and they want power. So it's like, there's no reason to talk about Trump. You know what I mean? We already know what Trump is about, but it is what it is. Shout out to my brother, brother Bell in the building. What up, brother Bell? Good morning to you too, bro. Let's get into some of this bullshit, man. This shit crazy.
Get along very well at the top.
This trade war, though, was hurting Americans. I mean, our soybean farmers, China had stopped buying the soybeans.
Yeah.
China was withholding these rare earth materials that you need for everything from smartphones to build submarines.
Sure.
What was the crucial thing? I mean, how tough of a
Well, when you
negotiation
say
was President
hurting,
Xi?
it was a temporary hurt. It was a hurt because I was taking in a lot of money from China. We were doing very well against China.
What? That don't even make any sense, Trump. You was taking in money, still taking in money, all this money from China, but it was a temporary hurt. Like, bro, none of that shit makes any sense. Like, people, the tariffs are still fucking us up. Okay? That's why the farmers are fucked up. Go ask them white farmers and black farmers how they living. And don't get us talking about the shutdown. So ain't nobody, only people that ain't hurting people, honestly, is rich people. Honestly. Rich people ain't really hurting about no motherfucking shutdown. They don't give a damn about the government. Listen, first of all, they only care about the government is to get money from the government for whatever project they want or something. You get what I mean? Like, rich people don't give a damn about no goddamn government shutdown. Like, that's why this shit like irritating to see people on mainstream media and you get these panels of these motherfucking rich ass people that's making hundreds of $1,000s a year and probably making millions. A lot of them making millions. And they sitting up there they talking about people that's less fortunate. Like, yo, nobody should be listening to none of y'all. Like my honest opinion, but let's move on.
And all of a sudden they said, we have to fight back. And so they use their powers. The power they have is rare earth because of the fact that they've been accumulating it and really taking care of it for a period of 25, 30 years. Other countries haven't.
I'm happy about what happened on Tuesday, but we got to keep the momentum up. People, we got midterm elections coming up next November. We got to stay motivated. We got to continue, because shit gonna get worse, right? Because Republicans don't give a fuck about people. They only give a fuck about themselves and the people that they fuck with. So even their voters are in trouble. People don't really get this shit. But like I said, and they did some bullshit. So because the country is fucked up right now, right? But what Trump and the Republicans did was, remember I told y'all, because I told y'all shit was going to probably be fucked up probably around the holidays or something late around the summer, right? They remember that big, beautiful bill that Trump passed, and the Republicans and all them supposed to pass the so-called big, beautiful bill that's really going to affect people. Listen, they pushed that shit back to where it's supposed to be come into effect, because it was supposed to come into effect probably around the holidays or maybe like a little after the year. And that's when a lot of that big, beautiful bill, the policies of that shit and the cuts that they was making was really going to affect people. Like that's when it was really going to hit, right? But they pushed that shit back to next year after the midterms. So that's why I tell people, continue to pay attention to what the fuck is going on. Shit don't seem as bad, but it is really bad because it's a policy that's coming, which is that big, beautiful bill that's going to fuck people over. Soon the midterms, they think what the Republicans are thinking and the Trump and them thinking is that if they could push that shit back and, it won't affect the midterms. So that's all that's about. But soon the midterms over, that's when that so-called big, beautiful bill is really going to kick in. And so people need to stay vigilant. Like, you have to really pay attention to shit, because what's going to happen is if you let Republicans get back, keep the power that they already have, all they're going to do is after the midterms is to go to even more extreme. Listen, people, they're already talking about stopping people from voting. They want to put policies in to make it harder for people to vote. So you got that shit. They're going to try to pass that shit if you let them keep the power after the midterms. Don't be shocked that they try to pass this shit before the midterms, because they want to make it so hard for people to vote. Right? Now, then you got this shit of Trump now getting pushback from the Supreme Court about sending in the National Guard and tariffs and shit. So a lot of that shit is getting some pushback. But if Congress pass a policy, if the Republicans pass a policy in Congress, the Supreme Court ain't got shit to. What they gonna say? It's law. It's law. So people need to still stay. Like, I understand. Listen, I tell everybody, I don't know why anybody gonna vote for a Republican. I just don't see how and see why, unless you just stupid. But I'm voting for all Democrats. Any vote I can vote in, I'm voting for Democrats. I'm not voting for no goddamn Republican. Are you crazy? These people don't care about you. They genuinely don't. This is the real reason why that, regardless of how you felt about the former vice president, she was telling the truth. Is she that bad than what Trump and them is doing? Hell no. Do she got her flaws and shit that we may not like? Policies? Yeah. But it ain't that shit. I mean, it ain't this shit. So, like I said, people gonna get a rude awakening. It's coming. Just stay focused. Motherfuckers, get out and vote, man. Midterms coming up next year. Stay focused. Because they gonna try to, moonwalk slowly and still keep feeding people like the economy is okay. It's not okay. The economy is getting ready to fall apart. And I'm telling y'all, they trying to kick all the Mexicans out, so all the poor people got to work at these bullshit ass jobs. And it's no disrespect to the Mexicans, but I'm just telling y'all, it's a plan behind this shit. If you read even half of Project 2025, you know what they're trying to do. Ain't nothing but racism and bigotry and the rich getting richer. Listen, even these fake ass so-called politicians and these people that's in the mega shit, evangelical Christians, you talking about they Christians, they're not. These people are the fucking devil. And there's nothing in the Constitution to say these people should be acting like this. But they're using the Bible, trying to hide behind religion. I'm trying to tell y'all. Shout out to my brother Game in the building. What up, Game? But let's move on. Stay focused, people. Listen, great day for Democrats on Tuesday. Great day. Let's keep motivating the people that actually gives a fuck and really listening. Let's try to reach some of the people that we ain't talking about mega. Fuck them. I don't give a fuck about reaching out to mega. These people are stupid. They gone. They don't give a fuck. They'd rather for the country to burn down. They'd rather vote against their own livelihood to be bigoted and racist. So why the fuck would I ever try to reach them in any type of way? Always think about that. How you gonna try to reach people that vote against their own livelihood to see other people get hurt that they don't like? Think about that. Fuck. Why would I listen? I don't give a fuck about MAGA. Like if just imagine Democrats had a chance to pass Medicare for all, and I'm so angry at MAGA that I'm like, nah, fuck that. I don't want them to get free health care. Fuck them. They don't want health care. Don't give it to them. And so I'd rather vote against that. That's going to help me and my family and others in my community and other people's community just because of them. So I'm going to say no. I'm going to vote against that. I'm going to put somebody in there that ain't going to want to pass Medicare for all. Think about how stupid that is. So how are you supposed to reach across the aisle or try to reach these fucking delusional ass people about policies? Okay, let's move on.
Use that against us, and we used other things against them. For instance, airplane parts. That's a big deal. They have hundreds of Boeing airplanes. We wouldn't give them parts. We were both acting maybe a little bit irrationally, but the big thing we had was tariffs ultimately. I said, look, if you don't open up, then what we're going to do is we're going to impose 100% tariff over and above.
Appreciate that, gang. Nah, man, this for the holiday, man. I like the rearrange shit. That's just my thing. It's like one of the things I do. I get the rearranging shit. It's also a holiday, and people coming over and shit. So I try to make like a lot more room. Plus, I was told y'all this is the area that where my daughter, you still see her things and shit still on the wall right there. Where this was her area where she was getting homeschooled. So I had to take there was a lot of shit in here. So I had to take a lot of shit out of here. You know what I mean? And I had to really spend days doing this shit because it was so much shit. And because you gotta think about it, you packing all that shit up, but then you gotta put that shit somewhere. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to throw all that shit away. You know what I mean? And then we trying to give some of that shit, some of the stuff away too as well, right? We just don't throw shit away. That's one thing I can say about my wife. She say donate that shit. You get what I mean? So, but yeah, but I appreciate that though, gang. Yeah.
You're already paying. And as soon as I said that, they came to the table. We met in South Korea, as you saw. Right? A lot of people watched, and we made a really good deal. And it was good for them also, I hope. I mean, I want them to be good for both sides, but we'll be taking in hundreds of billions of dollars in the form of tariffs. You know, tariffs are incredible because they really give us great national security. As an example, when they pulled the rare earth.
People, this nigga, listen, can I just say this? Trump don't know what he talking about. Like, I really, he just rambling, right? You listen, honestly, people, you think that he's really saying something? He's not saying nothing. He's just rambling about nothing. These tariffs are hurting the American people. Ain't no prices has dropped, people. It just seems like shit is going up. What is he talking about? Here and there, people, you go anywhere around the country, you'll find a deal here and there. That's because sometimes people just trying to get rid of certain shit because they had it so long. But some of these companies and shit. But what he talking about, it's like, listen, maybe, listen, I don't know how to explain this without going over people's head a little bit. People, the government gets that money. It's not like Trump is taking that money or whatever he's making off of that shit and putting it back into the people. He's not doing that. Remember all the cuts and all that shit they did to the federal government with Elon Musk? Where's that money? Nobody knows where this fucking money is. Remember they was talking about, oh, they're going to give the American people some of this money. What check y'all seen? All you see is more programs that benefit the people get cut. So where's this money going? Nigga, they cut FEMA, nigga. What are you talking about? What is Trump talking about? Bro, listen, if you mega, you think Trump's saying some real good shit right now. He ain't saying nothing. He is not saying anything. But let's move on. Like I said, I honestly, I can't understand how Mega can hear him and think that he's saying something. Like, you got to live in this crazy reality bubble. But anyway, let's move on.
On us and the rest of the world. If we didn't have tariffs to fight back, I immediately instituted a 100% tariff over and above what they were already paying.
Yeah,
and when I did that, they immediately came to the table.
First of all, no, they did not. No, they did not. He's talking about they immediately came back to the table. No, they did not, nigga. They threw tariffs back on us. What the fuck are you talking about? This nigga, this like listening to Trump makes me feel stupid. That's the only way I can explain this. Listening to him makes me feel like I'm stupid. Like, what? Am I tripping? Anyway.
Without tariffs, we would not have had that privilege. We would have not have had that right. Tariffs give us national security and great wealth.
You talked about those rare earth minerals. Of course, my understanding is that 90% of them come from China. That's
Right.
their.
Now, mind you, this is a bad interview. Ain't no pushback or nothing. She knows this dude is lying. She's a very seasoned journalist. She knows better. But like I said, even the mainstream media is corrupt at this point. Like, this lady knows better. She pushed back the night. She just moves on. This is a bad interview. This woman, she's horrible. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Within a short period of time, we'll have everything we need for ourselves. You know, we've instituted an emergency program, and we will have.
First of all, he's a liar. This is the same man said he gonna come into office and on day one was gonna stop all the wars. Then he told us everybody gonna be eating, we gonna be living a life once he get in and do his terms. People, is anybody life got better other than rich white people? I'll wait. A lot of times people, and I'm one of them, I don't pretend that I don't live in some type of bubble in a way, right? None of my life changed with Trump because I live the way I live in my means. I try not to live outside my means, right? Because I know I pay attention to shit, and I pay attention to politics, and I pay attention to economics. Listen, and how the country is moving at it. You know what I mean? As far as like, what's, is the country, going up, or is it steady, or is it going down? Right? So I pay attention to shit. Trump, or what he's doing, doesn't really affect me other than that. Other than maybe a lot of nothing really. Other than personally, I feel that he's hurting other people and hurting our people. So other than that, personally, Trump shit that he does don't really affect me. Right? But at least I can admit that. Right? People need to pay attention to shit because shit will get fucked up to where, that's why I pay attention, because he can do some shit and the way he's moving and the way he's doing shit can affect me soon. So it ain't just about, because it ain't affecting me now, it won't affect me. But even if it don't affect me, it's affecting other people. And it's affecting people from my community. So I'm pissed about this shit. I talk about it. I don't act like it ain't no big deal because it don't affect me. It affect me because my people are getting, a lot of our people are getting affected by this shit. So that's what I mean. It's a humanity thing. And people move around life and pretend shit don't exist because it ain't happening to them. But Trump ain't doing shit. He's really not. But only thing he's doing is turning the country against each other, trying to be a dictator, and basically making the rich rich. That's it. Keep them richer. Listen, people, you have to watch, like how I've seen I know y'all seen the movie Spartacus, but the TV show was better to me, right? Gladiators, shit like that. Like, what was that one movie with the sister in it? God damn it, I love that shit. Oh, damn, I love this sister. I can't think of this fucking movie, but it's about like how kings and authoritarians and how they was. Like, we had a lot of those back in the day, like before a lot of us was even thought about being born. But that shit was true. It ain't no different than what Trump is trying to do. All you got to do is watch how Putin move. All you got to do is watch how some of these Muslim countries move, how some China moves, how North Korea moves, how I'm forgetting the fucking country, Israel. Look how they're moving. Look how the motherfuckers at the top treat the rest of the people. That's authoritarianness. And that's what Trump wants to be. So, nah, bro, like, let's move on, man. I don't know why MAGA people don't get this shit.
Within a year from now to a year and a half, we'll have everything we need, no matter what kind of a threat it's made.
How? How do we do that?
Because we've taken over. First of all, you saw the partnerships we've established with Japan, with Australia, with UK, with just about everybody, frankly, and we're all doing it together. This wasn't a threat against the United States. This was really a threat against the world. So the whole world has come together, I think, at our behest. And rare earths.
This nigga is delusional. This orange Negro is delusional. Like something wrong with Trump. Nigga, the world don't even like us. And then the motherfuckers you think that like us, like Putin and them, China and them, nigga, they laughing at your goofy ass. Trump make, yo, imagine, bro. It's one thing when people are laughing with you. It's another thing when people are laughing at you. And Trump don't know the difference. Some of the times he don't. Yo, they don't fuck with us. That shit that Putin, was it Kim, China, and I forgot the other country, and they all got together. People and past presidents, even in Biden shit, these motherfuckers wouldn't ever be openly bracing, getting together to shit on America like that. They would not do it. But they do it with Trump. They do it with Trump. Because the bad part about it, Trump wants to be a part of that shit. Trump, listen, Trump is talks about himself in the third person and talk about how much he's great in accomplishments and shit. The problem with Trump is he knows people don't really like him. He knows that his own family don't like his ass. I'm going to tell y'all something. Listen, I'm not wishing death on Trump or no shit like that. But if Trump died today tomorrow, nobody would really care. Other than MAGA. You'll see them crying. Look at Charlie Kirk's wife. You think do she look like she's acting like she just lost her husband by assassination? When Martin Luther King got assassinated, did you see Coretta Scott King out this bitch acting crazy, doing some of this goofy shit this little racist bitch doing? Hugging the fucking vice president the way she was hugging the vice president. Are you crazy? No. Listen, people, they say people grieve differently. Nah, not like this. You don't grieve like this shit. Unless you didn't really love that person you was with. Now you got some people that grieve and don't seem like nothing really. They're just moving on life because they don't want to show affection. I mean, show emotion or their pain, and it seems like they happy. I get that part, but this shit that this bitch is doing, no. When Trump passes away, not wishing on him or nothing like that, but when that motherfucker go, listen, man. You know how many people going? You think when Charlie Kirk died, how many people said the fucked up shit they said that he died? When did Trump die? Like I said, once again, not wishing it on the man. Let him die whenever God says it's time to come. You get what I mean? But I ain't gonna shed no tear. But watch how many people celebrate. Nobody likes you, Trump. like seriously. Your own kids. I think deep down in their spirit, they don't like their daddy. Or it could be, especially the sons, they so much like him in a way that they can't help but to, cower to them. Like, you get what I mean? Like sometimes you can raise kids to be a certain type of way, even though they may not like it, but they programmed in that way, right? So that could be part of what that is. And you got to think about Trump being rich all his life. So those kids only know certain shit. You ever notice all Trump kids, their mothers, he talked horrible about them. He turned them kids against their mothers. Think about that. You never heard them speak good about their parents like that. Like, I think Ivanka Trump, her mother just passed. She let Trump put their mother on his golf course to be buried to make money. Are you fucking kidding me? Yo, listen, I got my issues with my mom. I have my issues with my dad, but I wouldn't let either one of them shit on their grave or do some fuck shit. And I don't even fuck with either one of them like that. But I'm just saying, you don't do no shit like that. And you the ex. You ain't even with my mama, nigga. Yeah, all right. My daddy couldn't do no shit like that to my mom, nigga. We're never, listen, we ain't all that cool like it is now. But nigga, I'll never forgive you for that. Ever. We'll never talk a day again. His kids don't probably, deep down, probably in their spirit, don't like this motherfucker. I'm being real honest about that. Shout out to my brother LT in the building. What up, L? Yeah. They on some bullshit. Yeah. Democrats whipped their ass Tuesday. Shout out to my brother Weezy in the building. What up, Weezy? Nah, yeah, that's probably around that. That's because a lot of them motherfuckers that's in Congress, they already come in being already being kind of wealthy. You know what I mean? So like that paycheck, I think it's like 250,000, 300,000 a year they make from being a congressperson. That shit is like almost chump change to some of them. That ain't nothing. They probably saving that shit. They probably giving that shit to their kids. I would. If I'm a millionaire, I wouldn't even begin to fuck about that paycheck. I'd be giving that shit to put that shit in my kids' funds or something. A lot of them millionaires. They already come in as millionaires. They're already making millions of dollars. Or damn near. And then once you become a politician, you get even more richer. So, yeah, you're right, Weezy. What's up, Doc?
Within 2 years, rare earths will really cease to be a problem.
The one thing that China wants, but it doesn't have, is the world's most advanced semiconductors.
That's right.
That's what the United States has. Will you
Chips in particular.
Chips, that's right. Will you allow the chip maker NVIDIA to sell their most advanced chips to China?
No, we won't do that. But
It's not on the table at all.
He'll lie. Trump will sell us out just because if the president of China say Trump is a great man, Trump will sell us out. He will sell us out, people. Trump is not for America. He is for Trump. Trump actually hates America. At the end of the day, Trump is a traitor. So listen, I wouldn't believe Trump for nothing. It's nothing Trump can tell me that I will believe anything he says out his mouth. Not nothing. Not one thing. The man is a traitor. No.
will let them deal with NVIDIA. NVIDIA is the prime company in the world for that. And we will let them deal with NVIDIA, but not in terms of the most advanced. The most advanced, we will not let anybody have them other than the United States.
Because then they would win the AI race.
Well, they wouldn't win it necessarily, but they would certainly have an equal advantage. Right now, we're winning it because we're producing electricity like never before by allowing the companies to make their own electricity, which was my idea.
This motherfucker said we allowing the electric companies to program the most more electric. What did he say? This nigga's dumb. Hold on, let's go back. What the fuck he just say?
Race.
Well, they wouldn't win it necessarily, but they would certainly have an equal advantage. Right now, we're winning it because we're producing electricity like never before by allowing the companies to make their own electricity.
What the fuck are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? Electricity. What are you talking about? So basically, see, because I read around his stupidity. Basically, he's saying, if you ever know, because I know in Maryland, our gas electric went up, right? The price of it. People, basically, he's letting corporations with no oversight of what they're doing, right? Usually that's what the government does. They basically can produce whatever the fuck they want and overprice the people, and at the same time get government funding from the people, their own money. Believe it or not, that's how capitalism works in this country. We provide the funds, we bust our ass at our bullshit jobs. A lot of us have, right? Pay our taxes. And these rich motherfuckers like Trump and them sit there and tell us where our money is going to give to rich people to help them create something, which they supposed to be so rich. Why they ain't got enough money to create it themselves? But anyway, that's a whole nother story. And we invest they invest American taxpayer money, and these motherfuckers go create something, and then they come back and then they overcharge us for some shit that we financed. People, it's no different than medicine. All the medicine that we all take, nigga, and we pay for it, they didn't reimburse us the money back. They never reimburse us that money back. The government basically gives them grant money, and they never reimburse us back. And then when they finally come up with the shit, they overcharge us for the shit that now we need, that we invested in. We never receive our investment back. So, listen, I pay attention to a lot of this shit. I study a lot of this shit. And I'm telling y'all, man, as an American worker, we getting fucked by people that we put in office, because these motherfuckers are giving these people grants of money, of our taxpayer money, and then they tell us we can't afford health care for you. We don't have enough money to do that. What? You did what? I mean, you said what? We can't get universal health care? Listen, the reason that they don't want to give people universal health care is because of the simple fact that corporations will not be, put it this way, they won't be taking advantage of us, the healthcare system, which they are already doing. Listen, Obamacare ain't the greatest shit in the world, but it's something. They want to even take that away. So imagine, listen, I'll tell y'all this shit right now. If I got hurt today or tomorrow, right? God forbid. I pay my own insurance. I don't got Obamacare, none of that shit, right? And I don't knock nobody that have it, right? I see the day tomorrow. My health care only covers so much. And especially if I'm not working, if you don't work, so you get sick. If you don't work to pay for your health care every month, well, I pay for my health care. I'm trying to think. Once a month. Yeah, once a month. I pay for my health care once a month. But just say I can't pay my health care. The health care cuts you off. The provider that you with. That's how fucked up health care is. It's good for little shit. Go to eye doctors, get a checkup, blah, blah, blah. But if you get sick, the health care I got don't fucking do shit for you. It really don't. Really don't. But Obamacare will take care of you. But just getting this regular health care shit, no, it does not help you at the end, especially if you get sick. They don't cover it if you needed a surgery. Like sometimes, yo, you still got to pay. I still probably had to pay. I know I said probably. I know I still had to pay money out of my pocket to get a surgery, but I keep giving y'all all my money every motherfucking month. But you can't, it is no way you protect me about with my health care if I get surgery. I still got to pay for some of that shit. And it depends what the surgery is. Then you know you're going to need medicine. Like, yo, come on, bro. We getting fucked, people. Pay attention. Let's move on.
My idea, which nobody frankly had thought of, these massive plants that are being built are building their own electric generating plants along with the plant itself. And that gives them all the electric they need without going to an old grid that's.
Let me give y'all a secret, right? And I haven't done it yet. But I will do it. Because I'm like if you somebody that get ready to buy a new house, make sure you put a loan out, right? And I tell people this all the time. So make sure you turn your house solar. You cut down on all electricity. Because, see, I'm telling y'all what they're trying to do. They get ready to try to charge us for solar. I told people the best thing when you ever been past somebody, I seen it myself, but you ever went to somebody's house, right? And their whole roof is basically solar. That's because they rewired everything. And you listen, and you pay like for that shit, it's like electricity and all that shit. Like, excuse me, you're gonna pay some money. But at the end, it's worth it. A lot of people don't like solar, but I'm telling you, it's worth it. You don't even have to get electricity anymore. If you get solar, you don't need electricity. What the fuck are you paying BG&E for? You get all your electricity from the sun. People, they scamming the shit out of us. But I'm telling y'all, they get ready to start charging people for solar, nigga, for the sun. Just telling y'all. Just being honest. See, I pay attention to shit. I'm telling you, and I research a lot of this shit. And I'm telling y'all, man, listen. If you ready to go buy a house, try to get another loan to say you want to rewire your house, see how much it costs. I think it's probably around $50,000 to $100,000. It's around that. To get your whole house solar. Rewired as solar. You don't gotta pay gas and electric no more. And I always tell people, I know you want trees and shit around your house and shit. Cut that shit off. Cut them trees down. You don't need them trees. For what? Get you some little trees or something. But anything higher like that, man, get them trees cut fuck down. If you can. Trying to tell you. And always have a backup generator. We got those shits now. You like a lot of this shit. We don't even need fucking gas and electric. I'm telling y'all. I pay attention. Listen. Before technology really blew the fuck up, I used to create computers and shit. So, like, not create them, but I used to build computers. And I'm telling y'all, man, I seen this shit before, but I want to fucking up. Y'all got, in the streets and shit, and I want to fucking up and stop fucking around with a lot of that shit. Because I'd probably be in the tech if I'd did right by myself. You get what I mean? I don't have a lot of regrets in life, but I don't regret that. I wish I would have been a little bit more smarter. But you young, dumb, and ignorant and shit. Already was doing stupid shit. But yeah, like this shit is not complicated as y'all think it is. It's just the research and pay attention and see how shit really works. You probably wouldn't have to pay for gas and electric a day in your life. I tell people all the time, you don't need, and like I said, you don't need listen, in about 10 years, oil is not going to be a big thing like y'all think it is. Like how we go to, like, you see how people in electrical cars and shit like that, that's going to be, in about 10 years, you're going to see probably about 60 to 75% of the population doing solar and doing electrical cars, because it like no one oil, burning oil and shit. It's fuck up the ozone layer. That's why y'all see a lot of the weather ain't the same. That's why we keep getting all these crazy ass hurricanes. We got way more hurricanes than at this time in our lifetime than we ever had in history. There's so many different fucking names of these fucking hurricanes, and that's because we fucking ozone layer up. We fucking shit up. We're polluting the world. We polluting the world, and we created more fossil fuels and like all that shit, all that not fossil fuels, but toxins and shit. We creating more of that shit now than we ever did. So that's why, especially in the last 30 to 40, 50 years. So I'm just telling y'all. But like I said, don't be shocked in 10 years. It's gonna be like 60 to 75% of people with solar. They houses solar. They rebuilding their houses. They probably gonna go to the bank and be like, look, I need $100,000 or $50,000 to electrical my shit to turn to solar. People need to invest in that. Especially if you own your own house, like, you need to do that. Let's move on.
150 years old, and they're making it themselves, and then they're selling back any excess electricity into the grid. So we benefit in all ways, but most importantly, it allows the companies.
This shit don't make no sense of what he's talking about. It makes no sense. Listen, people, I was watching some shit where solar panels you have, and you connect this shit not even to the grid of electrical shit to a certain extent, right? If you power that shit from, just say the solars, and then you rewire your whole house the way. Listen, people, I know what I'm talking about. And rewire that shit to, say, a generator, and then that generator, it got a plug in it, and then that generator basically gets solared by the sun. So you using solar, you're using the sun. It's just going back and forwards, back and forwards, back and forwards, charging but pumping, charging but pumping. I seen this shit. You don't need gas and electric. I'm telling y'all, people. I'm just telling y'all. Let's move on.
Go immediately forward. We're getting approvals done in 2 and 3 weeks. It used to take 20 years, and we are leading the AI race right now by a lot. We are leading it by numbers that people have no idea. It's been really great.
No, we not. Listen, people, do they even know what the fuck really AI is? And I'm just telling you, a lot of people don't even know what AI is doing. They're using AI to get rid of people who are working. They're trying to create robots to get rid of you in the work field. That's basically what this is. I was having a conversation with one of my coworkers at a job, and we were talking about they got the new shit with the jackets and all of that shit. Listen, bro. This is the real reason why I said that, and probably about it may be this. It may be the next 5 years, but I won't be working and I'll be retired at this point. Probably around 55, God willing. Listen, they're trying to take over shit. They already have cars that where people ain't nobody driving the fucking car. You gotta do is sit back in the car. They got shit like that already. Like, technology is crazy. But just imagine the shit that you normally say, well, they ain't gonna create nothing to do what we do. Yeah, they will. I told people this a while ago. My favorite show was the Jetsons. My favorite cartoon show was the Jetsons. They was telling y'all back then, if you go back, if some of you young folks don't know who the Jetsons is, cartoon show is, go back and watch the Jetsons. You might see it and look old. You like, oh, they don't even, the picture ain't that good. But they was already doing a lot of this shit, talking about a lot of this shit back then, that they talking about what y'all seeing a lot of this shit happening now. You think that's a coincidence? No. They already seen the future. It was already people always in place to do shit like that. They just gotta test shit, see how shit runs. I remember somebody said to me about 10 years ago, electrical cars ain't that big of a deal. That shit ain't gonna be that big of a deal to 20 years from now. I said, bullshit. Electrical cars in the next 10 years. Next 5 to 10 years. And this was 10 years ago. Look at it. Listen, I ride around an electrical truck delivering. I'm telling you. And you see more and more people with electrical cars. You got to believe me. I'm just, hey, man.
Very, very far reaching. Look, that's the new internet. That's the new everything all put together. The AI race is a big deal.
Mr. President, you just negotiated this 1-year trade deal with China. But as you know,
and see, the bad part about it, Trump ain't lying. But he knows that the American people can't invest in this shit. A lot of American people. Because at a certain point, what are you saying? If we can't invest in the technology, we see any money from it, excuse me, right? If we ain't rich, we can't invest in fucking technology and AI and all that shit. So what happens to the people? That's why, listen, go watch iRobots. Go watch a lot of that shit of how the people can't survive because they don't have the skills to even fuck with some of this shit, this technology. Like Trump, like, not wishing harm on the man, he won't be around for a lot of this shit. But he does understand that AI is taking over. Technology is taking over everybody's life. It already has done it. That's why you see people more and more. These motherfuckers are actually sacrifice working a 9 to 5 to be racist or bigoted to be a podcaster. Because they think they can make more money off of it. The technology is here. That's why people are wilding. That's why you see people crashing out the way they do. I'm old school in that way. So I'm old school in a certain type of way. Nigga, hey man, I wear work for my money. People, I can get on here and I'm a character anyway. I got an aura about me anyway. I'm who I am, right? But I can get on here and create a character to make money. I think anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. But definitely I know I could do it. And make some millions. But, you know, it's bigger than that. It's about educating people. This ain't about making money like how people be trying to do shit. That's why you see people crashing out all the time on the internet. Disrespecting people and shit like that. Like, morally, I wouldn't want to do that to make money. To disrespect somebody or get on my platform to keep disrespecting people, to make money. Nah. Anyway, I can disrespect you if you a piece of shit without making no money. I'm good with that. Because I can sleep better at night. And I'm okay. I don't need to be a millionaire. I don't. I come from being poor, so I don't need to be this rich motherfuckers. I know it's some people that come from struggle, all they do is try to fight to be rich. But I don't want to be rich, bro. That shit comes with too much headaches. You notice even your own family change. Like, I notice when people get rich or somebody in the family get rich, people around you change. It ain't really you. The people around you change. Why he ain't doing that? And why he ain't doing this? Like, motherfucker, I don't owe you nothing. I didn't owe you nothing when I was poor, and I don't owe you nothing when I'm rich. Let me do it because I feel like it's my responsibility to do it. But don't try to guilt trip me. And people got a problem with doing that. Listen, I know a dude, one of my mentor. I can go to him and be like, look, I need you to help me. I need a couple of dollars. He's a millionaire. I can do that, but I won't. I won't. And believe it or not, when I was trying to set all this shit up for OBF and all this shit to have, I reached out to him. And I'm gonna tell you something he told me. And I ain't never say this. And we probably could have made some money. But this is where my integrity came in at. And I'm not saying he was on some fuck shit. He was just being realistic in his way of how he sees shit. Right? He a millionaire, bro. I can't knock him. He's my mentor. One of my mentors. White guy. Right? He said to me, he said, you got to cut all that shit out. Like, what are you talking about? He said, all that y'all cussing and just saying whatever the fuck y'all want to say. It's not marketable. Y'all got a good point of what y'all talking about. But how y'all acting what y'all doing on the show, like drinking, smoking, all that shit, right? And cursing, and all that shit, right? And he told me, just clean that up. We can do something. I told him no. And mind you, this was at the height at the time when OBF was kind of doing anything. We was doing our thing. I told him no. Hell no. That, because you gotta think about it. It wasn't just about everybody, right? It was about me. Then you trying to tell me how I gotta speak and how I gotta do shit to make money. No, fuck that. I know how to conduct myself to go to work and make my money, but you telling me this shit, no, I'm not doing that. Excuse me. And you see a lot of people that when I first started out, now they all done switched up their shit. They ain't the same. They ain't the same. Right? Like, I'm not extreme. Like, you got some motherfuckers that's so extreme that they can't help that these people make money. Right? They can't help but to make money. Right? They're so extreme with their shit. Right? So they can get channels took down or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So then they famous at this point. Then you got motherfuckers that changed everything that their platform was about. Certain language, how they use it, how they act, how they move, and they make money. Right? But it's not genuine anymore. Right? I used to watch a lot of these dudes' channels. I was subscribed to them. I can't fuck with that shit. That's why when I tell y'all I'm the realest motherfucker on YouTube, I'm the realest motherfucker on YouTube. I didn't change my platform. These motherfuckers did to make money. The shit was never about money with me. I just like, fuck it, I can see we could have made some paper out of it. I mean, if we could, we could. Being ourselves, yeah. But I'm not changing who I am as a person to make money. Not doing that. I'd rather go work for my money. I know that some of the shit I say here, I put it this way. I say about 90% of what I say here. If I'm anywhere, I probably say. Wherever, if I'm working or not. But it's about 10% I wouldn't say. That's just because I understand corporations. I understand that, nigga, they got a policy too. You can't just be going there saying crazy shit like that. Saying everything you think of. And then first of all, it ain't even just about them. It's about me. I don't really fuck with people like that. So why would I sit there and be having conversations with people I don't fuck with? And I don't know. That's just me. But anyway, let's move on.
Chinese, they think in 100 years.
Sure.
They play the long game, including on our own soil.
We play the long game too.
Our own intelligence agencies say the Chinese have infiltrated parts of the American power grid and our water systems. They steal American intellectual property and Americans' personal information. They bought American farmland. How big of a threat is China?
It's like everybody else. We're a threat to them.
Now, mind you, this ain't just a Trump problem. This is our politician problem. This is people that supposed to be working for us allowing this shit. It's not a Trump thing either. So I would actually agree with Trump if I thought that he was really genuine about America first, but he's not on this part. I would actually agree with him on this China shit. But he get money from China. He let China still do what they want to do. All this shit she just said, Trump still allow it. It ain't no different. He didn't stop it. He didn't stop it. That's the most difficult thing about America is our allies. I mean, not allies, but people outside our country, these different countries, that is a part of a problem with what comes with being a multicultural country. Because we think somebody's good, they can have spies. They do have spies here. They got embassies here. They got all that shit here. Now we got it there too, but you know what I mean? That's what I said. Like, it's game. Game recognized game. Nigga, we I don't think America do a better job of spying. I tell you that shit. We don't do a better job than China and them. Because China is for some weird reason, nigga, they are up in the shit out of us. They're not more smarter than us. I just want y'all to understand that. Their technology is not that much better than us. It's not. A lot of shit that the technology that they have or they got, they stole it from us because they got spies here. And it's no different. We got spies there. But they're doing a better job of spying on us than we are on them. That's all it is, people. It's not complicated like that. They try to make the shit complicated, but it's really not. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, people, we back. Shout out to my brother talking in the building. What up, Talk? Well, yeah, listen, man. We all know Trump anti-American, man. Like, listen, bro. Trump ain't even anti-American. I just think Trump is just a selfish dude. He been raised to be that way. It's just greedy people in the world. You know what I mean? And Trump was born into being who he is. Like, you know, that's why I never take Trump as serious as people think. Like, I don't take Trump serious like that. Trump is an opportunist. So the problem is him being in power the way he is, the position that he's in, he hurts people, right? Like, he can hurt people on, like, if he's a businessman, that's something different. But now you in power of the whole entire country. You one of the most powerful people. You are the most powerful person in the world. That shit has very much more serious consequences that affects people. And so that's why Trump is dangerous. But if he just, like, when he was a real estate dude, you know, so-called businessman and what all that reality star, like, how much harm did he really do to whole country? Not that much. Now, certain individuals, yes, but his shit that he's doing, he's hurting the country, and so that's why Trump is dangerous.
Many of the things that you say, we do to them. Look, this is a very competitive world, especially when it comes to China and the U.S., and we're always watching them, and they're always watching us. In the meantime, I think we get along very well, and I think I think we can be bigger, better.
And the problem with Trump, and he can't help this, it's almost him being a borderline psychopath, right? He can't help but to tell the world our business. You get what I mean? Like, people call it like, oh, he being transparent. No, some of this shit he shouldn't be saying. Like him saying, oh, they watching us, we watching them too. Basically saying they spying on us, we spying on them. Like, we don't supposed to be telling them that. We don't supposed to be telling the world that shit. Like, what's wrong with you? But he can't help that. He can't help but to tell all our business. He can't help it. When people was like, oh, we never hear from Biden. Trump is the most transparent president ever. That's because Trump doesn't understand this shit is bigger than just the American people in a way. We do foreign policy. This is national security shit. He don't supposed to be saying a lot of this shit he don't supposed to say. Some shit is classified. Everybody in America, if you are a regular voter person in the country, you don't supposed to know about some of this shit. We don't supposed to be knowing about some of this shit. I'm just telling y'all that. Because what happens is, now we, especially in the time of technology, people will get on the internet and do conspiracy theories about every goddamn thing. And that's where a Trump or Putin Netanyahu can sit there and manipulate the American people. Like, foreign governments can manipulate us now. Because this motherfucker talk too much. Trump a snitch. Like, if you really want to be, or he just talk too much, but I ain't gonna, he everything in the book, but he just talk too much. You shouldn't be talking about this, bro. Any president you have, they should always feel like, you should always feel like, I don't care what president it is, you should always feel like they ain't telling you everything. And they shouldn't. If you ain't no federal government worker, or you ain't in that atmosphere of that, we don't need to know that shit. And not because they don't want to be transparent with us, it's because we don't want our allies we don't want our enemies or allies to even know about our shit. Are y'all? No, man. A lot of people ain't that goddamn bright, but okay, let's move on.
Stronger by working with them as opposed to just knocking them out. The economy, they can produce things that we don't want to produce because it's not really worth our while. Making undergarments, making this, certain things. We don't want to do that. And we can buy them inexpensively from other places in the world, while we can lead the world in AI and chips and lots of other things. Within 2 years.
Mind you, people, none of us make money off of this shit he talking about. And I'm just talking about regular folks. Let me just say this too. This is what I tell all the young folks. This is y'all future. Right? The AI, all that shit, that's y'all future. Y'all need to go to school for technology. I don't know why the fuck people go to school for all this other shit. Other than engineering and what's another one? How to build shit, right? And I mean knowing how to build things in technology, right? That's what people should be going to college for. Like, listen, I understand we need to know history and all that shit. I get that. But your main shit should be engineering and technology. I tell all young folks that. When I go speak to y'all young folks, juvenile delinquencies, I tell them, man, hey, man, get your shit together and you go to college. This is what you need to like invest in your education of doing. This should be your major. And I say both of them motherfuckers. because this is your future. Because, like I said, in about 10 years, y'all ain't gonna be working at no McDonald's. They can cut all that shit. All these fast food restaurants, all that shit get ready to cut off. They're gonna have robots back there creating your shit. They don't need you to have this customer service bullshit. Half the time people, and I'm one of them, I don't want to talk to none of these people. Just give me my food so I can go. I ain't gonna say 10 years. I go about 20. It'll be about 20 years. So it's generations of kids that's coming up where we need to be teaching our kids to get in being an engineer and know how to build some of this shit and getting invested in technology and mathematics and shit like that, know how to count and shit like that. Like, that's kind of what that is. Of course, you need reading and writing. Yeah, come on now. But yeah, people need to start pushing their kids more into that. Not all this other shit. I'm just telling y'all that now, because some of this shit ain't going to exist in 20 years. I'm telling you. Not like y'all think.
Now we'll have 40 or 50% of the chip market. What's happening? You know, the biggest companies are leaving Taiwan. They're coming into the United States because of tariffs. If we didn't have tariffs, they wouldn't be doing it.
In
Because
how many years do you think will we
I think
produce?
in 2 years, we'll start opening up plants and we'll have a very substantial portion of the chip market. Right now, we have almost none. We should have had 100%. If we had presidents that knew anything about business or knew what they were doing, because frankly, they didn't. We lost 50% of our automobile business. It's all coming back. We lost.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. It was a transition and over, and this is where Trump lies. The automobile industry is changing. Right? I told y'all about electrical cars. That's why you seen the businesses leave. People didn't talk about this. Not even Democrats to a certain extent. Listen, a lot of that shit, the parts are still kind of what it is, but it's certain other parts. When it comes to electrical shit, you have to know what that shit is about. It's like that plant that was down there. I forgot the name of the plant, but it was down there in Georgia where this Georgia lady, she's running for Senate or something like that, and she caught ice on them. It was South Korean. Was it South Korean? I think it was South Korean people, and they were sitting there building up the business, but at the same time teaching people in Georgia, in that community, how to do the job. And the bitch called ICE on them and got all those people deported. Listen, it's not hard for us to learn how to learn technology, right? But it takes a minute for people that don't have that much experience in certain shit. It's language, it's certain things. And so it takes a minute. So this dumb bitch, she thought that she did what she did with ICE to be on some racist shit. She just cost Georgia billions of dollars for her stupidity, her racism, her bigotry. And now the governor in Georgia is out there begging South Korea to send their people back. South Korean people, the government, no, hell no. No. He's out this bitch begging because we got stupid, ignorant, racist people in the country. She calls Billions of dollars, people. It ain't enough people for them that will teach them how to build the business. This bitch just fucked up a local business in the community that's worth billions of dollars of making. She has fucked that up because she's a fucking racist. This is what. No, man. Let's move on. This is why we're in the stupidest country in the world. This is the dumbest country in the world. Let's move on.
100% of the chip. You know, it used to be all Intel and other companies. And what happened is other countries came in and they stole our chip business, and we didn't charge tariffs. If we would have charged, let's say, a 100% tariff, none of those companies would have left, but they all left. Now they're all coming back, Nora, because the only way they avoid the tariffs is
Trump. That's not how that works, dumbass. If a business, a corporation leaves America, right? Oh my God, he's so slow. And the people, it's not even him. I know who he is. It's the MAGA people. Do y'all understand that he says, I put the tariffs on so the businesses wouldn't leave? What? If they got a business here and they got to pay more to get the parts and the shit that they need from other countries because of his tariffs, because that's what that is, right? They're losing money. So that means they can go to another country, get low labor that don't cost them that much. They ain't getting taxed like that. And they ain't got to worry about your dumbass tariffs either. Because wherever they need to go build them businesses at, they making way more money there than they making it here. This is why Trump don't know what the fuck he's talking about. And this is why I don't understand why MAGA don't understand this, but then I do, because y'all, he likes the uneducated. Y'all stupid. This man has stolen money from people that built his shit. He always tried to scam. This man he's a scam artist. He knows how to scam. That is his skill. He's not a good businessman. He's a good scammer. And he's doing the same shit. He's just blatantly just lied. What are you talking about? Oh, they're not leaving because now we put tariffs on these other countries, so they're not leaving here. Bullshit. Bullshit. The fuck are you talking about? Listen, I never understood this about some of these rich folks, right? These corporations. That's fucked up people. Fucked up corporations. You want to overprice American citizens, but you don't want to create jobs. You want to pocket the money. You don't make more money. Like, I don't understand that, but you know, it is what it is. Let's move on.
build in our country. If they build in our country, make their plant and make their product in our country, then it's a very simple thing. They don't have any tariff to pay. And that's what they want to do. And so instead of
First of all, that's a lie. Why are you this nigga is why are you lying, Trump? He's talking about if they don't leave the country, they ain't gotta pay the tariffs. What are you talking about? They won't have to pay the tariffs if these corporations leave America and take their business somewhere else. Are you stupid? Are you out your mind? That's not how that goes, bro. This dude is delusional. He doesn't live in real reality. What is he talking about? When you put tariffs the way he's doing it on these other countries where these corporations are getting their product for a certain price, and then you throw a tariff on that shit to make them the other country where they're getting their product from, or their pieces, or whatever it may be. And now they're taxing you. They're taxing the business in America. So what happens then? Now, the corporation, the business, got to overprice the citizens. And then what happens? At the while, the citizens like, man, I can't afford that shit. I'm not paying for that. And then what happens to the business? The corporations, they lose business. They lose money. Trump is a goddamn liar. Like, what are you on, bro? And it's not him. It's the voters. It's mega voters. Why y'all don't understand that? This man is blatantly lying to your face. That is not how that works. That is not how tariffs work. What the fuck? Especially when it comes to corporations. Are you crazy? Anyway, let's move on.
Somebody a 100% tariff and you can make your product outside. They come in and they make, and this is why we have $17 trillion being invested in the United States right now. Just to show you how big that is. It's the biggest in history by many times. No other country's been seen anything like it.
He's lying. He's lying. It's one thing of saying that. It's another thing showing the people where all this money he talking about, this 17 trillion. Where? And mind you, a lot of the shit that he's talking about, he's invested in. Ain't none of us invested in it. We don't got no stakes in it, but him and his family does, and his friends does. Let's just say that's the truth. We ain't investing in none of that. This man is a habituous liar, man.
The Biden administration in 4 years did less than $1 trillion. We have 17 trillion, more than $17 trillion right now, and I'm in my 9th month. By the time we finish.
Well, if you got $17 trillion, why is it that you didn't want to pay for SNAP benefits? You define a court order to pay the people. If you got $17 trillion, all this money he talking, just think about that. All this money he talking about, why is it that you say, look, you know what, we're gonna pay the federal workers. We're gonna pay the federal workers, the military, well, the military is gonna get paid, the federal workers, all the people that's on SNAP, we paying for all that. We got it because we got $17 trillion that he brung in. You can't take at least 40 billion of that and pay for people not to go hungry? What the fuck is he? Never mind. Like I said, all lies. The man, he ain't bringing no motherfucker $17 trillion. Bullshit. And listen, let's just say it's even true. What the fuck he doing with the money? Is anybody asking that fucking question? What he doing with the money? 17 trillion? Come on, bro.
Yep, I think we're gonna have over $20 trillion invested in the United States or to be invested in
How
the
will that
United
trickle
States.
down to the average worker?
Because of jobs, because they're building plants. We're bringing back the auto industry. And
Well, first of all, people, the unemployment is high. Fuck you talking about? Fuck you talking about? Auto people? No, they not. They are not coming back. They're not. They're not. And listen, and let's just say what Trump is saying is true. We're not going to see the impact of that of what he's talking about. To probably when he's down there closer out of office or he out of office. But that's not what he told the American people. He told them, he told everybody that we're going to have all these jobs. Unemployment is still high. Why is that? Why is unemployment at an all-time high? Why? Y'all ask yourselves that. Because this man is not working for us. He's working for the rich. When Trump told you he's going to drain the swamp, he didn't really drain the swamp. All he put in there was loyalties. All he put in there was the rich. Loyalties. And even some of the people that was against him, they said, fuck you know what, I'm going to ride with Trump. That's where the money at. They don't fuck with Trump, but you know, I agree with him. Because they seen that they can make some money. They see where the country is going, so they jumped on the bandwagon with Trump. And people are sitting out here pretending that this man ain't a threat to democracy. Shit, put that to the side. He's a threat to the economy. When it comes to the regular American people, even his own supporters, they can't see this shit. $17 trillion, people, come on, y'all. But we in a shutdown, but he got all his 17 trillion invested. Invested in what? He never explains where this shit is getting invested, other than AI. Okay. How is people supposed to be eating now? Investment, because I don't know if he mean future investment or he mean somebody they invested now. The 17 trillion invested now, or is it the future? Because right now, ain't nobody eating off of that 17 trillion. Especially the regular folks. The people that he keep claiming he care about. The 9 to 5, the blue collar buffer. There ain't nobody eating off that shit. So where's this money? Is it the future investment? Or is it an investment now to where we can eat off of it? Because we ain't eating off none of that shit. None of us. It's all lies. But the whole time he's sitting there talking that bullshit, his family and himself and his friends and his buddies, rich buddies, are getting rich. They pocketing billions of dollars. Shit, it could be trillions. But we know his family is pocketing billions. And Mac just sitting around, he's the greatest thing ever. He's like Jesus. Okay, cool. Fine. You'd rather be stupid and poor and ignorant to actually really pay attention because you're so goddamn bigoted and racist and you talk, oh, woke. You too woke. Okay, motherfucker. My wokeness don't just talking about injustice of what happens to black people. Wokeness means the injustice of the government stealing from the American people. That's what woke mean, motherfucker. And you are sitting here pretending this man is somehow helping saving America when he signed with the motherfuckers that's stealing the money from us. Well, a lot of them. What's wrong with you? But you can't tell Mega nothing. Let's move on.
We lost 58% of the automobile manufacturing business to other countries. You know, we used to be the king of automobile manufacturing, and now we're not really the king anymore, you know. Within a year and a half.
Because Trump, we move into electric shit. That's the future. You don't want to do that because you are beheaded to the oil company. Like it's mind-boggling me that Mega can't figure this out. Oh yeah. We bringing the manufacturer back to build cars. Listen, people, if you pay attention to the manufacturing shit, as far as auto shit, they're moving in a direction of electric. It's not about having gas cars. If we invested in more in electrical cars, cars would be cheaper. But we won't do it. Because we're beholden, our government, whoever is in there, regardless if it's a Democrat or Republican, and mainly Republicans, they are fucking with the oil industry. So that's why we in a fucked up situation we in. That's why shit is high, gas high, all that shit. Because one thing about the gas people, they're trying to, because they know their time is up. They know their time is up. See, I keep telling y'all, it's a time in the future, God willing, we all live to see this shit, where you see the oil industry actually turn. Because they're losing the grip of their power. This is that last little shit when it comes to like connected to a president, right? As far as like on this oil shit. Because the next president, and I believe this could be Republicans or Democrats, right? President. They have to understand that the oil industry is getting ready to be non-existent. They're getting ready to be that. So, hey man, y'all can keep believing in this nonsense all you want, but it is what it is.
2 years we're going to be the king again. We're going to put as an example. I was also in Japan, as you know, in South Korea. We had the biggest Japanese companies are investing billions of dollars in building auto plants in the United States. If I weren't elected, we would be losing all of these jobs. We would be losing far more of the auto industry. We would be nowhere in chips. Our country would have been bankrupt, and we would have.
Listen, the reason that's happening, he's talking about all these Korean and all that shit. Listen, it's because they know that we stupid over here in America. They moving to the future. See, the problem is, right? Nobody's saying we ain't gonna need oil, but not at the rate that y'all talking about, or how they try to pretend the rate of oil is. They really don't know. They genuinely don't know. I hope my wife ain't looking in the car. I got her birthday shit in the car. Well, she ain't looking that good. She might seen the balloons or some shit in the car. Hopefully she don't see it. Listen, my wife is pissed. She think I ain't did shit for her birthday at all. She don't think I did shit for her birthday. She mad as a motherfucker, but I don't care. Hey, that's what a surprise is. You keep people mad. Like, not mad, but, you know, acting like something ain't, you know, motherfucker ain't doing it. But I kept that shit under tuck real good. She be surprised tomorrow. I got some, damn, she do be watching my live streams. Damn. I'm saying too much. No, I ain't gonna say nothing. She do be watching my shit. I ain't gonna say no more. But she don't think I did nothing for her birthday. But and then I threw her off, right? This morning, right? My daughter was sitting there. I threw her off, pretended that I ain't know. I thought her birthday was today. I know her birthday tomorrow. But I got her ass. I got her this year because she don't really think I did shit for her. But anyway, let's move on, man.
Your welfare role. They would have expanded welfare and forgotten about everything else. Now we're building a country that's going to be so strong. I don't know if you saw the last numbers in terms of employment. They're all non-government jobs, not just government. Government jobs are easy. I could immediately do anything I want with government jobs. I just say we're going to add on 1 million government jobs, and you're going to say, oh, what wonderful numbers. They don't mean anything. We are building jobs at a level that nobody's ever seen before. But when all of these plans,
what are you talking about? There's no such thing of that. It's government jobs and it's non-government jobs. What the fuck are you talking about? This is what we got, the dumbest president in the world that in history. I believe Trump is the dumbest president we have ever seen in our life. We ain't talking about racist. We ain't talking about bigoted. Homophobe. We're not talking about that. We talking about intelligence. Trump is the dumbest president we ever had in our life. Listen, I may not like a lot of the racist presidents back in the day, but at least they were smart. Ain't nothing smart about Trump. Nothing. This dude is a bona fide buffoon. Excuse me. He's a bona fide buffoon. He don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Listen to what he said. I need y'all to listen.
Country that's going to be so strong. I don't know if you saw the last numbers in terms of employment. They're all non-government jobs, not just government. Government jobs are easy. I could immediately do anything I want with government jobs. I just say we're going to add on 1 million government jobs, and you're going to say, oh, what wonderful numbers. They don't mean anything. We are
what? If you work for the federal government, you work for the federal government. If you don't, you don't. You can't make up. And see, oh, he's slow. And I don't even think some shit that Trump says, I don't even think he's slow in this. He thinks his base is slow. He really genuinely, he knows that they slow. It ain't no way you just say that. I can create federal jobs and you wouldn't think, you wouldn't even think that they're federal jobs. What? What the fuck are you talking about? Let me just tell y'all something. This is how stupid he sounds. listen, people, I'm not a federal worker, right? Or a state worker, right? Used to be, but I'm not. This is how I know he's full of shit. People, I actually deliver to high security federal buildings. You can't get in that bitch unless you got ID. One time, a black guy was a security there in one of these secure federal buildings. He let me in because I didn't like to take my my regular ID and shit like that. So I got it duplicated, right? But it wasn't the original. And he told me, he said, bro, he said, I'm gonna let you go through. Black dude. He said, I'm gonna let you go through because I know. He's like, he said, not know, but he was like, I think you good people and shit. I know you're just trying to deliver. Because I only had like maybe about 6 packages or some shit. Right? And I wasn't trying to waste my time. But like I said, they always give like people like me, Amazon, FedEx and shit like that, especially Amazon. They give us passes and certain shit. He said, man, I would not let you in this goddamn building. But by me was being polite, and I didn't know, you know, the rules and shit. I said, this, you know, first route. I was honest with the dude. But he was like, man, I wouldn't let nobody in this motherfucker. No better than that. But I was like, I didn't know that. So I said, no disrespect, you know, blah, 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 right? We had a conversation. People, you can't, listen, I go to the Ravens Stadium. I deliver to the Ravens Stadium every fucking day. People, you can't get in there. Like, you gotta show ID just to get to the Ravens Stadium, just to deliver packages. And then you ain't even still, you're not going no farther than to where they check shit. So, like, it's not like you can get you all up in the Ravens Stadium. No, nigga, it's a certain part. You can't even get in the Ravens Stadium. You understand what I'm saying here? So Trump is sitting here pretending it's a difference. Like it ain't no, like I can just create federal jobs. No, you can't. No, you can't. You got to be qualified. But I'm sorry, maybe in Trump mind and in Trump world, these MAGAs, they think you can just create shit. Because you got a lot of DEI hires and incompetent people in powerful positions in the government. They let any and everybody in there with no goddamn experience. They let loyalties in there. There's all types of unqualified people in the fucking White House, in the government. This real talk here. So it kind of, in a sense, it doesn't shock me what Trump is saying. But I'm telling y'all people, you just can't create shit. Can't create government jobs. It's the most irresponsible shit to say. You got to go through some type of protocol. You just can't. I deliver to federal buildings every day. You cannot just roll up in that shit. Some shit is way. Listen, it's a real. I won't say exactly what it is in Baltimore, but I deliver that every day. You can't. They don't even let you come in the front no more. They used to, but they make you go all around to the loading dock. Then you got to walk all the way back to the front, and they got to give you a key to scan you up, a key card to scan you up on the floors. You can't just get up in there, you can't just roll up in there like that. It's important shit happening in front of these federal buildings. And I deliver the federal buildings. You just can't create fucking federal jobs. It's bullshit. The dumbest shit I ever heard in my life, he just said. You wouldn't acknowledge that. What? And you know why we probably wouldn't acknowledge it? Because of simple fact, Trump, you got motherfuckers that unqualified, that wouldn't pass background checks. So you know what? My bad. People, he partly right. In his administration, he partly right. Come on, man. I wanted to get to this special floor in this federal building on the 3rd floor. I had to show ID just to get to that floor. It's a special floor. I had to show ID. They had to run that shit right there. And it takes a minute. Nigga, anytime I go in that building, I hate going in that fucking building because I wind up spending about 10 to 15 minutes in there. Imagine I got one package to go in that bitch. One package take me 15 minutes. Nigga, you know how many fucking packages I could deliver in 15 minutes? If I ain't fucking with this federal building? This nigga is crazy, man. Anyway, man, let's move on, man. Like I said, he must listen. He knows that his base is dumb. They're believing this stupid shit. Give me 1 second. All right, people, I'm back. Man, this is the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life, man. And then we got listen, like I said, we get this is the dumbest president we ever had in American history. Trump dumb as shit, man. But like I said, you can't fully even blame Trump. You got to blame the most uneducated people that vote for him, that voted for him. Like, what the fuck? This dude's crazy, man. And the bad part about him being so stupid and dumb and saying the dumb shit he says, it makes the country unsafe. It makes us unsafe. People are like, well, how, Kenny? Listen, our enemies are looking at this nigga like how dumb and how he lies to us. So we're not informed. We really think this dumb shit he's saying, and our lives know he lying. That's the crazy. No, man. Let's move on, man. Like I said, we in trouble, man.
Building jobs at a level that nobody's ever seen before. But when all of these plants that are currently under construction and to be under construction, when they open, we're going to have an economy like our country has never seen before. The strongest economy in the world. We're doing very well. By the way, the stock market just hit perfect timing for your show. just hit an all-time
People,
high.
if you're not invested in the stock market, the shit got nothing to do with you. And let me just say this to the 401k people, right? I'm one of them. That shit really don't got nothing to do with you either. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. Because the economy could be fucked up, but you still keep paying into your 401k. These are facts. You know how many people, when me as well, was paying into their 401k, and the economy was fucked up with the pandemic. Do you know that? Did you see your 401k get fucked up? Not really. Because as long as you keep paying into your 401k, you don't see that big of an issue like that. The economy don't affect you. And I'm not trying to sound ignorant to this shit or sound like I don't. Look, I know about it. And I know how the economy. I'm telling you, nothing changed. My money was still the same. I'm still going to get back what I was going to get back. Now, the investments, yeah, percentage-wise, it lowered. But I still was going to get a good price. It's 401k, people. The economy could be fucked up, but you still obligated to pay into your 401k. Listen, the crazy shit about it, a lot of people don't even know that if you paying in 401k shit, you kind of are invested in the stock markets, right? But I don't get that deep into that shit because, like I said, unless that 401k goes bankrupt, it doesn't really affect you. Honestly, it doesn't. Now, let me explain something to you. If that 401k that you pay into go bankrupt, right? The government may come in, help them out, get the business back up, right? Like how they did the banks. You remember this shit. Around Obama, right? Did you know? Yeah, you know, y'all get y'all money. You couldn't cash out. Did you know that? They only gave money to the motherfucking 401k people. That's why I tell people, I worked at a lot of jobs and I paid a 401k. My man put me on. He said, nigga, that money don't leave. He said, when you go to try to get when you want to retire, when you go get your 401k from all the business that you paid all that money in, if they still viable, the thing is you got to spend a lot of money. Get your lawyer, accountant, or whatever to go, right? But he said, nigga, they all owe you money. That's what I said. Listen, I got mad retirement money coming. That's what I said. It'll be about 50, 55. But I'm just trying to save enough money so when I get my lawyer, my accountant, to go and handle that shit. See where all the money, nigga, they owe me. Oh, that money, if that retirement 401k stock market people still around, your money is still there, sitting. They still owe you that, especially if you got receipts on that. That's why it's always good to keep your pay stubs. Always good. So by the time I retire, nigga, and I genuinely retire, oh, nigga, I probably see about a couple 100,000, probably close to $1 million. Telling you. Trying to put motherfuckers on game. See, I try to put motherfuckers on game because this shit I learned and I researched, and I was like, oh shit, this motherfucker was right. Yeah, oh, okay. I got these motherfuckers. So by the time I retire, I'm thinking, oh, the shit I'm doing, that's just a retirement shit. Oh no, my last job for that, if I was paying it 401k, if they still around, they owe me money. If you paying in 401k in a retirement plan and the company's still around, regardless if they switch their name up, they still owe you money. The thing about it is people don't be saving to get the lawyer and get the accountant to do that shit. Because it's going to take some money to do that. I'm telling you that now. That's why I told my husband, when I retire, nigga, I retire. That's why I'm hoping for my wife, because my wife be iffy, man. She got a dream house she won. I just want to get that dream house that she won. I get that shit out of the way. I'm cool. Get her dream house out of the way, get my daughter, make sure she good for the rest of her life, as far as insurance and money saved. I'm good. I don't really give a fuck about me like that. Cause nigga, I told you I don't live outside my means. I live basic, right? I don't try to live like I'm trying to reach a plateau because I was so poor. Like, I don't give a fuck about that shit, nigga. Listen, me being poor, coming up being poor, actually humbles me. Because I can do a lot of shit. I see a lot of my friends. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all something. I see a lot of my friends. They sit out there. They on Facebook. I see them all the time. Right? I rarely go on Facebook, but when I do, I see these niggas. These motherfuckers sitting out there glorifying how they living and all that other shit. Right? Here and there, I'll show y'all some shit I do, but that's more on some family shit, kid shit, whatever. But these motherfuckers be glorified. And it comes off as they balling. And they sit out there, and these will be the same motherfuckers, I guarantee you, in about 5 years. They ain't ready to retire. They ain't got no choice but to keep working because they got to keep that same persona of what they presented out there. See, when you retire, nigga, all that glamorous shit that you've been doing, overspending money and all that shit goes away because now you on a budget. I live my life on a budget. I don't even now before I'm retired. So these motherfuckers they live on somewhat of a budget, but they overdo it. They go buy some shit or they go to this fancy place and all this other shit. Nigga, I want to do that shit when I'm retired. Well, I got enough money. I say, you know what? Look, hey, babe, let's go to Paris. I don't want to do this shit now. Costs too much. Number one. Then number two is that, nigga, we trying to save money for the future. I don't give a fuck about the present that much like that financially for me. It is what it is. But if you listen, but I always tell people, would always fuck men up. You deal with women. They like that. My wife is like that. She live in the present. It's not about the future. It's about the present and how we live. Sometimes she'll rather go broke than the fuck just to live in the present because everybody around her doing shit. And I'm like, man, fuck that shit. I remember, listen, I'm gonna tell you some real shit. I remember back in the day, not that far back, but years ago, I used to throw well, we used to throw every holiday, parties, football shit, sports events. We used to throw it all the time. Right? And my wife said to me, she said, oh, why every time we throw some shit, we paying for it? She had a problem with that. Now, fast forward that. She was right, but fast forward. Right? And I did it partly because I was trying to bring family and friends together. Right? And a small part of me wanted to show off a little bit. I acknowledge that. I ain't that fucking arrogant not to know that. Right? But fast forward that. We in a time now. My wife don't really genuinely, because she doesn't pay attention to the shit that I pay attention to. She still think, because she sees shit changing, but she don't. And she just see, well, we ain't that much better off. Like we still, like, we got to do that. No, we don't have to do that. And she doesn't get it. So I deal with that shit with my own wife. She don't really get it. She just genuinely don't get it. But like I told her, I'm a realist. I live in real reality. You can think whatever the fuck you want to think. Whatever you don't think emotionally is enough for you, that's on you. You get what I mean? Because, listen, you think that I don't feel like I should get more? How hard I work or the effort I put into? Of course I do. But I live in real reality. That shit is not all you can work hard as fuck and you still won't receive what you think you should receive. Because I live in real reality. My wife don't think like that. And I got, listen, they're not just my wife, I got friends, family. They think like that. That's why these motherfuckers, they'll go out and they'll blow 2 paychecks just to go on a fucking trip. Nah. Listen, I used to live like I could die right now because I live that life, right? When you think like that, and that was your childhood in a way, right? For me, it was. For me to be in the present, I think different. I don't care about shit that people care about, right? Like you want to live, and anybody can die. Like, nigga, I already thought that already. I still think that anybody can die, but I don't want to live my life. I live my life already over in the moment, motherfucker. I live my life. I can die any day tomorrow. People can die day tomorrow. I already lived that. So what in the present time, everybody is all of a sudden, some people all of a sudden seeing, it's nothing new to me. So I don't live my life like that. And I always tell people this: when you live your life in the presence of, you know what, I gotta do everything I can do before I die. If you ain't got no illness, nigga, you should not be thinking like that. You should not be thinking like that. Especially for some of these people that believe in faith. You should not be thinking like that. You can die any day. You die in your sleep. It doesn't matter. But you're always supposed to plan for the future. It's being optimistic about your future. Things will get better, hopefully. But of course you plan in case you ain't here. Of course that. You keep that optimism, but of course you plan, right? But you got people that live in the present so much that they're like, fuck it, I gotta ball out, I gotta live my whole life crazy. They'll blow everything. I got family members like that. I got friends like that. Shit, my wife partly like that. And like I said, you gotta be more morally grounded too, because sometimes if you didn't like, I appreciate the bad and the good of my life to be in the present to where I'm at, right? So I don't live like a lot of people live. Like I accepted who I am. I accepted my path. And I accept that I can do some shit to make myself richer, but I won't do it because morally I won't. I got a conscience. Some people, they just live in the present, people, and they just live life crazy. We don't know when we gonna live or die. Motherfucker, you act like, listen, I'm one of them dudes. I know, but I'm not going to do extreme shit. I lived in times where I would ball out, spend a whole bunch of money, and then come back home broke. And then say, well, you know what? I had a good time though, but I still got bills and shit coming up. Had a great time. But now it's almost, I would feel like I gotta start back over to save money now and again. To go do the same shit over and over again. Like I told people, I want to throw a party for myself for my next birthday next year. Right? I'm going to save the money I can save for that. I'm going to pay for that shit myself. Now, if anybody outside of that want to help, that's fine. But that's something I want. So I got a plan for that. I've been saving $5, $6, $20, $30, $40. When I got the extra money like that to put to the side. But that's something I want. It's about me. It ain't about nobody else. It's about me. And people need to start really thinking about that. I get upset with my wife all the time about that. But my thing always with my wife is she always want to do what everybody else is doing. I don't give a fuck what everybody else is doing, man. It almost makes me feel sometimes like, yo, you don't appreciate what we have. Like, we built this shit. Yeah, it ain't crazy a lot, nothing like that. You get what I mean? But we all right. Like, I seen people worse. I know people that's doing worse. Right. Come on, man. We ain't hurting. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, my mind state, man. Maybe it's just me. I always chalk that up to being that. Especially when it comes to my wife, I chalk it up because, like I told you, we opposites, right? We're not this, like, we don't agree on a lot of shit, right? So her and the way she was raised and the way I was raised is very different, right? Like her mom, I call her mom my mom. So, like, you get what I mean? I don't have no father. I don't have no Ain't no mother. Not in the spirit of how people think of it. Like, yeah, I know my parents. I know who they are. They created me, but they're not my parents. They were somebody that helped create me. They got together, they did what they did, and they created me. I get that, and I respect that. Love them for that. Wouldn't be here without them. But I don't fuck with them like that. They're not my parents. They wouldn't be somebody I would call. And my dad is in a good space, like financially. I wouldn't call him if I needed money from him. If I was financially in debt, I wouldn't. I don't trust him. It's deeper than that. So, like, I just move different. And like I said, I tell people this all the time. You know, opposites do attract, but sometimes they could throw you off. But sometimes my wife throws me off with bullshit. So she does. And let me be real. Saying what I'm saying about my wife. My wife sacrificed a lot for me. Mentally. Emotionally. She has. That's why I ain't sitting here trying to talk bad about my wife. My wife emotionally and mentally did something for me that nobody in my whole entire life ever did for me. So I'm always loyal to her. Always. Always. Even just say even if we broke up, I'll always be loyal to her. She did something for me mentally and emotionally that I don't think nobody could ever do. And I said this. I said, and I mean this shit. If me and my wife ever broke up, or God forbid, you didn't have to, she passed away, I would never get married again. Ever. Would never. You don't find somebody that's that loyal to you like that. And I'm not talking about you got friends and shit, you got niggas you grew up in the streets with. Yeah, that type of loyalty, that's different. I'm talking about it's sexually, it's all the emotions that you have as an insecure man. I never had that. So my wife is, I'll fuck with that. We always gonna ride. You know what I mean? We broke up. I still had love for her. I'll probably be one of those dudes that, you know, if y'all broke up, if you and your spouse broke up, whatever, it would hurt. Yeah, of course it hurt me. I'll probably be angry for a minute, but I ain't gonna say a minute, a little period of time. But I get over it because I always want her to be happy. You know what I mean? And if I ain't making you happy, I get it. But yeah, always be loyal to her. Always got her back. That's why I probably could never be searching about another woman, because I always be loyal to her. Right, you get what I mean? Like, it's deeper than sexual shit, right? It's a part of it, but it's deeper than that. So, yeah, I always be loyal to her. She ever needed me, I always would, you know, drop everything for her. Always. But, you know, everybody don't meet that in their life. You know what I mean? Never would. I'd never be searching about another woman ever after that. After my wife. Ever. In any circumstance. I couldn't. First of all, it took way too much time for me to open up to give her that. And I don't think I have the patience or the time for that. You know what I mean? So I know people can fall in love with getting some pussy, but yeah, it is what it is. People are different, man. My whole point to wrap this shit up is we live in a time now, people, where people don't really genuinely understand that we need to stop trying to live outside our means. And then we start complaining about shit. You know, when hard times come in, it's like, oh, this shit happened. It happens for a reason. As you living outside your means. We all do it. I ain't saying I'm expert from this shit. Oh, Kitty, you talk about you don't know do it. No, I do it sometimes. But I don't do it on a consistent basis. At least I acknowledge it too. A lot of people don't acknowledge it. Excuse me. A lot of people don't acknowledge it. People move around life and they just like, yo, they doing that over there. Well, I can't have that because you ain't supposed to have that. And maybe them motherfuckers over there is living outside of their means. You don't know. Why you want to have what everybody have what that motherfucker have or have what everybody else have? Listen, and like I said, it just could be me. I just could be that dude that come from being poor. That shit that people care about, I don't. I've been poor. I don't need to be that. And like I said, part of my personality is I can move around. Right? A lot of people can't move around on this internet shit. They can't. They can't move around. Or everybody that want to be famous off this internet shit, or just people want to be famous in life and shit like that, or make money and shit, they can't move around. They can't, like, you listen, I'll tell y'all this. The one thing that I used to fear when I was in the streets was going to jail. I don't fear jail. Right? Not like I used to. Right? I still fear it, but I don't fear it that much. But I don't fear shit. Like I'll move around the way I want to move around. I do my shit here. You know what I mean? Motherfucker roll up on me, you stupid. You're going to get yourself killed. Like, seriously. Fucking with me, you can get killed. But I don't move around scared. Like, you get what I mean? Like, I'm in a place where I ain't scared of shit. Right? I'm not scared of none of that shit that people scared of. I'm not. I don't fear jail either. Because I feel if I go to jail, nigga, it's going to be on some real shit. So I don't even fear going to jail. Right? I can fear that I maybe get accused of some shit I can't do. Maybe that. But I don't fear shit that people scared of and fear. They just don't. And so I don't move around life like that. And I think a lot of people, when you can't move around, you fear shit. Just fear shit. And like I said, I'm not a religious person, but I believe in a higher power. I'm a spiritual person. Nigga, when it's your time to go, it's your time to go. I'm not wanting to die, no shit like that, but I'm just saying, people, you get caught in a situation, people kill you. It probably was your time to go. I actually genuinely believe that. It's sad, however, it happens, right? Because death is death. But, hey, man, it was your time. It was your time. So I look at it. I watched a lot of people die. Now I was close to. My uncle just died, a month ago? Well, not a month ago, 2 weeks ago. They still ain't buried this nigga. Actually, he ain't even getting buried. But you get what I mean? Like, so just imagine that. My uncle was 60-something years old. Right? I wanted to talk about this shit. My uncle was 60-something years old, and it's not to talk down on my uncle, right? I want to make that clear. I'll just tell you who he was, because I loved him. You know what I mean? Regardless how his kid felt, my older cousin felt about him, and other family members and friends. Listen, this dude just lived his life, right? And I respect that. But the one thing I didn't respect from my uncle was that he didn't care about other people. He just lived his life. He didn't care who he affected. He didn't care, like, you know, how his kid felt. Like, he didn't care. He just lived his life. And you respect that, but you can't respect it in a certain type of way. Because your life affects people. It may not be a whole bunch of fucking people, but it affects people's lives. All right, I'm back, people. Now, I be wanting people to understand that shit. Like, there's certain people, excuse me, there's certain people that, excuse me, my uncle was just one of those dudes that he just didn't give a fuck about a lot of shit. He didn't really give a fuck about how people think. And I picked that up from him. I learned that from him. But I'm a Cancer too, and I'm a emotional person, right? I couldn't acknowledge that shit years ago, but I do now. I'm an emotional person. Listen, you can't move around life like that. You can't move around life and not care about others and just want to live your life. You can't do that. Nobody will respect you once you dead and gone. And I noticed, I always said this to people. I say, you want people to remember you. You want people to care about you. Not even when you die. It's not even about that. It's about your impact. Do people really give a fuck about you after you die maybe a year? Because after a year go past, unless you was very, very close to that person, a lot of people won't even remember when you die. Oh, he died. Oh, this what's the name day. You know what I mean? I put it this way. Imagine I with my wife, right? And she tell me people that she know passed away. I don't know the motherfuckers, but I don't know them. So she cared, but I don't. Right? And no disrespect to them, but I don't. Because I don't know them. It's an impact that you have to have. Right? You ain't gotta kiss ass and all that shit, but motherfuckers need to know who you were. Right? But I always tell people it's about who you want to care about you. Right? Like listen, I say this shit on some real shit. God forbid it happen. If I pass away today tomorrow, honestly, I can see how A lot of my family members wouldn't give a fuck. That's honest shit. They'll show up to show up. It's like, no lie to you. There's no disrespect to my uncle, but it's like me showing up to his shit coming up. We weren't close. We weren't cool. Listen, it's about relationships to have. It's not just just the past. So listen. I know my uncle. I knew who he was, but I didn't know who the fuck my uncle is right now. I don't know. And shit, in the last 10, 15 years, I don't know who the fuck my uncle was. Honestly, I got this perception of who he was, but I don't know who the fuck he was. Right? Like, he moved on, his life changed a little bit. I don't know everything. He changed, people change in life. I get that. That's why I always tell people I like to stay consistent of who I am. So you don't think like, even if you don't know me, but you ain't hang around me in a minute, you like, oh, he changed. Like, no, nigga, I was me. I was me. And listen, it's a good and a bad thing with that, because I see it with my family. You know, this nigga, he ain't changed. Kind of didn't. Kind of who the fuck I am. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. My uncle, love my uncle, man. Listen, but my uncle wasn't like somebody that in the family. Listen, in the family. Let's just be real. In the family. I don't like to say this. I just my uncle because I love him. But nobody. And I love my uncle, man. This is my opinion. Ain't nobody in the family presenting, but it's me. This is what I perceive. And it may be because I'm looking at it from the way I'm looking at it, because I don't really fuck with family like that. Right? But he was in the family. Right? My uncle was a dude that my uncle was not like this independent person, this person that he made his impact. I say this, my uncle made his impact in the family for being who he was, and don't expect nothing else. That's who he was. There wasn't no change or nothing. My uncle was just who he was. He didn't try to change. He just tried to stay who he was. And to some people, that may seem like, well, at least he stayed true to who he was. But yeah. But people like to see change in you. You know what I mean? And he just wasn't that type of person. And I'm not hating on him or knocking him. It's just who he was. So I have to look at him the way I see him. My uncle was never a dude that changed. He was just who he was. And I respect it. It's just, nigga, but we can't be sad. Like, I'm going to say we. I'm going to say for me. I can't be that sad of my uncle. My uncle lived this life, man. He's just one of those type of people that way, like, you just like, yo, you can't feel really sad for them passing away. He lived his life. He lived who he was, man. He didn't change. He stood on business with who he was. My uncle was a war veteran. Give him props on that. He was an addict. He got high. He was an alcoholic. He was all those things, man. And he didn't change who he was. He never let nobody change who he was. Nobody. He stayed him. I respect that about him. That's one of the things I respect about him. He taught me that, but in a way of like how I move, right? Not how he moved, but I took who he was and took it as like, oh, that's how I gotta move, right? I can't care about shit that, you know what I mean? So I gotta move that way. So I picked up some things from my uncle. That's why I say I love him, man. That's, you know, my uncle, man. He, you know, he wasn't a bad dude, like, or nothing like that. He wasn't like somebody go around. And he might here and there did some shit to harm people, but it wasn't like, I ain't gonna say it wasn't intentional, but it wasn't like some shit you'd be like, oh, this nigga Wilder, we gotta get him up out of there. No, he wasn't that. He was just a product of the times that he grew up in and who he was as a person. Like he was a drug addict. He was a crackhead, you know. He's an alcoholic, you know. But I had great times with him though. Taught me some shit. My uncle taught me some shit, man. You know, you learn from people that go through pain. You know what I mean? That's the thing about my uncle. I learned from him how to pain, but you know, one thing about my uncle was he never talked about his pain. Ever. Never talked about it. I know certain things about him or with certain things he'd been through, but he never talked about it. My uncle never talked about his pain. You know. And this is probably, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, this probably is the most awkward gathering I'm gonna have with my family. Honestly. As far as like somebody passing away in the family, this is one of the most awkward. Because number one is that it ain't even about him. I don't really fuck with my family like that. And I gotta sit here almost pretend that we good. And I don't want to make a scene. Right? So I gotta go to my uncle's funeral and I just want to celebrate his shit or whatever. You know, his passing and everything. And I want to do that. But I know I gotta be around these motherfuckers. Family members that I really don't like. Because ain't nothing changed for me how I feel because my uncle passed. We in this situation because there's a lot of people in our family that pretends like everything okay. You know. It's just weird shit, you know. And I ain't never think this, right? My sister used to say this shit to me. My youngest sister, she used to say this shit to me. She say, they don't really fuck with us like that. Like, what do you mean? Like, nah, they don't. She was like, nah, they don't fuck with us like that. And my sisters used to say, real shit she used to say to me. And it makes sense to me now. And I think that's why I don't want to go to this shit, but I know I have to. And it's not about them, it's about my uncle. But I know somebody gonna say something to me that's gonna piss me off. And I'm hoping at that time when I go that I have to be in a space where I gotta let that shit brush off and get my ass the fuck up out of there. because I think a part of them do know playing with me and saying certain shit. Man, I smack the fuck out them. Man. Listen, hey, listen. I don't give nobody no pass for disrespecting me. I don't give a fuck you family or foe. You can't play me like that. I will fuck you up. Right? Even if you ain't family. Right? Or even if you are family, I will. Hey. But I know they're going to try to do that. And the thing is, my sister used to say to me, she said, they don't really fuck with us. And I used to always tell my sister, like, nah, I ain't like that. Some of them do. She was like, no, they don't fuck with us. And I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. When my aunt passed away, I should have got it right then and there. God rest my Aunt Sheila her soul. She been dead for a year. But my uncle, he just died. He ain't died nothing but maybe a week after her. Something like that. Or around the same time. It's around the same time, like, and it might ain't been a week. It probably been a couple of days. He died right a year after her. She died on the same day. And my sisters used to always say to me, she said, they don't fuck with you. They don't fuck with us. They don't like us. And I used to make excuses. I used to tell myself, no, I ain't like that. And I used to always say this shit about my sister. I say this to her now, too. People that was around us used to always think my sister was older than me because how immature I used to think. Or I guess not immature, but maybe naive. How I seen shit and how I looked at shit. But my sister was a realist. She used to see shit. And you gotta understand, we grew up poor. So my sister, she seen shit that I seen, but she was a little bit more real about this shit. Realistic than I was. I put it that way. And I wanted to see, it's about seeing the best of people. I always been that. As I told you, it's a gift and a curse I had. But my sister, she seen that shit. And everything that my sister was saying years ago, even a year ago, she ain't wrong. She ain't wrong. And the bad part about that shit is we are seeing our family members die. And we starting to see our family members show their true colors. That's what I'm seeing now. I didn't see it at first. Right? But now it's family members that's dying that we know. And we starting to see people in the family ain't really like that. No. And that shit hurts. These are people that helped raise me. And I see these people, even cousins and shit, that I raised. And I'm like, yo, you motherfuckers on some other shit. What? Fuck, who you talking to? Nigga, don't play me like. See, I'm a certain type of motherfucker. Don't play me like that. My respect is my respect. I ain't saying you gotta kiss my ass or no shit like that. It's a certain way you talk to me, nigga. Like, you get what I mean? Because it's certain levels or way how I talk to my elders, right? Love, respect. But some of my cousins and shit, like, you niggas, like, hey man, you niggas ain't even really like that. Like I will, like nigga, like. Give me a second, y'all. All right, people, I'm back. But imagine that though, right? Like I got motherfucking cousins and shit. I know, nigga, you can't speak to me like that. Like I let them get away with certain shit because I was like, yo, if I was back in my time, man, you know I smack the fuck out you playing with me or talking to me in a certain type of way. You ain't, you motherfuckers ain't even like that. And still to this day, you ain't like that. I'm still who I am, but the difference is because, like I said, my daughter made me soft when it comes to family. I'm being real serious, honest about that. My family, like, yo, they know. That's why they don't fuck with me like that. To this day, they know that I'm like that. I'm very capable of shit that I'm talking about. I would do to them or anybody. They know that. Till to this day, I'm capable of. The difference is my daughter. It's the only difference. Nobody play with me like, man. Nobody in my family fucking play with me like that. They know better. This ain't about being on no tough shit. They know better to play with me like that. Or talk to me or come at me or something. They know better. But they know I got my daughter. And that's the only thing that changed. Because I will fucking smash them. Playing with me. Talking to me in a certain type of way. You out your fucking mind to play with me. I will fuck. Listen. See, that urge is still there for me. See, I'm a real former street nigga. That urge is still there for me. These motherfuckers are lucky, even family members, even friends. You motherfuckers are lucky my daughter has been born. You lucky for that. That's why my cousin can come and say, oh, nigga, every time he talked to me, it seemed like I want something or I'm in need of. Nigga, what the fuck? Nigga, I don't call you. What you talking about in need, nigga? Nigga, you did one or two things in the hood for me. One or two things in the hood. But nigga, my life is my life. You ain't had that much effect in my life like that. Let's be real honest. These are family members talking real gangster to me to a nigga that's a street nigga. A former street nigga. Are you crazy? Talking to me? When I know. Okay. All right. Niggas talk gangster now. Niggas talk gangster to me. Because I done calmed down. When we was out there in them streets like that, you niggas weren't like that. But I was. Ask the family who the fuck I am. Ask every time when I come around the family, even now, these motherfuckers like, oh, B coming around? K coming around? Nigga, they don't want me, bro. You know better, man. Fuck out of here. Fuck about you, nigga. You can come around. You can come around. They know you ain't like that. That goes for even girl cousins. You ain't like that. Wasn't like that. My sister protected a lot of you motherfuckers. Fuck you talking about? You talk tough, all this other shit you grown up. But get the fuck out of here. You ain't like that. And you still ain't. Because I'll tell y'all at the end of the fucking day, there's only a few people in my family I trust that I know would die or ride. The rest of my family, no. They ain't like that. Nah. They ain't like that. You know how many me and my sister, right? You know how me and my sister, I got plenty of siblings, but me and my sister, we had the same mother, same father. You know how many family members we protected that's talking gangster and tough now? They ain't like that. They talk that shit, they grown up. I get that. Respect that. You ain't like that to talk to me like that. Or talk to my sister like that. Motherfucker, we protect you motherfuckers. We was like that. We was in those streets. And my sister never sold dope a day in her life, but she a street motherfucker. Don't get that shit twisted. About my fucking sister, she was like that. My sister was my right hand. You think she'll let a nigga fuck with her brother? You crazy. My sister kill you, you fuck with me. Still to this day she would. And still to this day I would do that for her. I remember my wife said to me, she said, I came home because I worked in my area where I work. I mean, I worked in my where I live, right? Now, right? Before it was recently. But I came here on my break. And my uncle passed away. She was like, babe, I want to tell you something, blah, blah. Hey, tell me what? She was scared to tell me. What is it? Is it serious? Is it like that? She's like, yeah, it's like that. I was like, if it ain't got nothing to do with my sister or my nieces, I don't give a fuck. I had beef with my sister all I went, nigga. That's my, listen, call my sister, that's my sister, man. We've been through struggle. The only person that know me better of it outside of my wife is my sister. That's it. We got same mother, same father, nigga. All the struggles, all the pain I tell y'all about, my sister been through that shit with me. I told you, motherfuckers thought she was older than me. My sister was very, very mature at her age. When she was 14. Shit, she was younger than that when I got shot. And almost died a couple of times. She was mad young. But she was always balanced. I needed that in my life. My sisters, outside of my wife, listen, man. Me and my sister, we beef or whatever, we have our shit. Nobody come between that bond. Oh, no. Can't talk about me. Tell my sister. You can say whatever you want to say about me, but tell my sister or whatever, but that shit ain't gonna change how she fuck with me. You can say whatever you want to say about my sister. It won't change how I ride with her. That's for life. My Aunt Bun told me before she died, she said to me, literally, on my life, she told me, she said, I don't give a fuck what happens. Long as you live it, nigga, you always be there for your sister. Everybody against y'all. She told me that. That was the last time I talked to her before she died. Oh, that was the last time I talked to her before she died. My Aunt Bun said it to me. Like, fuck that shit. I tell my sister that all the time. Yeah, Aunt Bun said last thing she said to me is that you make sure you take care of your sister. I don't give a fuck. Nobody comes in between y'all. Nobody. That's my sister, man. My sister kill you for me, nigga. She know damn well I'll kill her. I'll kill a motherfucker for her. She knows that. 100%. Play my sister. You touch my sister, I kill you. My nieces, nephews, all of them. But other family members, I don't give a fuck. Cause some of these motherfuckers, my uncle passed away, and even my aunt. These motherfuckers must have forgot who the fuck I am. And I know. Listen, I'm telling y'all on real talk, I mellowed out a lot. I was a real street nigga like that. When I'm saying I was the most gangster nigga in the world, I was a street nigga, and niggas did not play with me like that. Not how these motherfuckers, some of my family was playing with me. They didn't even play with me like that. Some of these motherfuckers. Like, are you out your mind? But they want to play with me. So, you know, like I said, I'm very skeptical of going to my uncle's shit. I'm going to go. And I don't know how this is going to go. But I know this. I'll tell y'all this from the bottom of my heart. I'm going to go to this shit. And I'm going to show my respects to my uncle. Because my uncle, regardless of what motherfuckers thought or even what I thought. And what I loved about him, and I always keep telling y'all this, he was him. So when I go to this shit, I gotta be me. And I gotta tell these motherfuckers, okay, cool, I'm here. But I don't really fuck with y'all like that, man. And I don't want to be on that type of time, but I gotta be that. But that's respecting my uncle. When my uncle want me to be cool with these motherfuckers, that in the family listen, nigga, I was trying to reach out to everybody, get everybody together months ago before anything happened to my uncle. These motherfuckers do vacations. My own fucking family do vacations. They do vacations. They never call me. Oh, but when death happens, right? Even my own daddy. Let me tell you some real shit. Nobody want to tell you some real shit, right? Tell you some real shit about my dad. That's why I don't fuck with this nigga. When his girlfriend passed away, man, my wife, we took a trip all the way down. All the way down. And no disrespect there because we love her. God rest her soul. Because when my daughter was young, her and my wife used to go out there and take care of her when she was sick. This is my dad, girlfriend at the time. Claim he loved. My wife did that. With my daughter, my newborn daughter, did that. Right? We did that. He said, call the family. Called everybody. Said, oh, y'all all gonna come to support me. Because she wound up passing away. She had like a brain cancer or something like that, right? And God rest her soul. Not gonna put her name out there like that. It's on respect level. But had a brain cancer thing. It came back because she had it before. She had cancer before, and it came back, and she wound up passing away. Right? My dad said, whole family, he wanted us to come. Only person that didn't come, and I'm talking about immediate family. All right? That really fuck with the family like that. Right? Because I've been a part of the immediate family before I got out of the game and got with my wife. I've been a part of the immediate family. But now I ain't part of the immediate family no more. And everybody moved. My grandma moved. All my aunts. My aunt that passed away. My uncle. Everybody. I think, if I'm not mistaken, my Aunt Shirley, she just had a stroke. Right? My Aunt Shirley, she was sick too. Everybody was sick. But we all went to support this nigga. Right? And I'm not gonna blame them because they that's their brother. I get it. But for me, nigga, we ain't cool like that. But I drop everything. Me and my wife, we come. We didn't fly. We rode. We rode down there to Syracuse, New York. We did that. And I was going to do it anyway because that woman, fuck him. But for that woman, she embraced my daughter. She embraced my wife. And she showed love. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing outside of that. And she always was nice to me. Always respectful. Always, listen, that woman was a great, her spirit was great. I'm not going to name her name. People like, name her name. No, I'm not naming her name. But that woman was a great person. And I loved her for that. I still love her to this day. And it ain't got nothing to do with what she did, but it was the type of person she was. And man, I did that shit for my dad. Went down there all together. My grandma, everybody, we was all there. We did all that shit. People, we didn't just go down that motherfucker just to mourn her death. Right? We went down there, we had fun. No shit that Jackson people do. We do this. Like, you know, some fucked up. We like to mourn. We do good shit. Like we celebrate. Right? Like we don't want to like be, you know, mad and shit, so sad and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Because shit gonna be sad, but you know. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you something my dad did. When my aunt died, I had cousins too. I had a cousin. Wasn't his mom. Now listen, people grieve different. People, I'm not tripping off of that. I had cousins and family members. My aunt died. I think me and my cousin, we had got into it. It was his mom. Her passed away. My aunt that passed away. And this nigga said to me, he said, tell her, he went around, told everybody in the family, I don't think Kay gonna show up. Because we were just arguing a couple of days ago. Nigga, the bad part about it, I didn't even remember we was arguing or what we was arguing about. But what the fuck do that matter? That you thought I wouldn't show up? That's how these motherfuckers think. Like, nigga, first of all, listen. Let me say this, nigga. I'm gonna show up. Number one, not because of you. I'm showing up because your aunt, my aunt, which is your mom, helped save my life. So, nigga, ain't got nothing to do with you. Nothing. It got nothing to do with you. Nigga, I was gonna show up. And everybody in the family know I don't like funerals. Everybody know this. But I'm gonna show up, and nigga ain't got nothing to do with you. Because me and you argue. And it's the same thing with my uncle. I don't give a fuck about these motherfuckers, and we ain't fucking with each other and my family. It got nothing to do with them, nigga. I'm gonna show up for my uncle. I don't give a fuck about y'all. And I'm gonna prove that shit. Because we ain't cool. None of my family, we ain't cool. I need these motherfuckers to understand. When I go to my uncle's funeral, it ain't got nothing to do with you. Nothing. And I don't give a fuck about you. Nothing. We ain't family no more. Only time you motherfuckers want to get together is when one of us die. And I'm gonna tell y'all why I'm so pissed about this shit. It's because of the simple fact that these motherfuckers be planning shit. My aunt died in November last year. Ain't heard from them in a whole year. Nothing. Not a damn thing. Now, mind you, they might come out and say, well, King, you ain't reached out to nobody. Before this shit, I used to invite them to everything. I used to throw the party. Say my grandmother, her 80th birthday or something like that. It was 80? 70, her 70th birthday was here at my house. My aunt Sheila, the one that passed away, I'm talking about. She set that up. She's like, "Oh, B, you got the bigger house. Let's do it at your crib." You think it was just about my bigger house? No, she was doing it to bring the family together. These motherfuckers sit there and act like I owe them something. I don't owe none of you motherfuckers nothing. I just want to be family. And you motherfuckers don't have enough respect for people that pass away or motherfuckers that put in this shit to try to fix some shit. You don't give a fuck about that. You give a fuck about your shit. I seen my cousin. He on Facebook. His mom. I called this nigga a month ago. I said, yo, what we gonna do? Yo, we gonna get together. We gonna go, do something for your mom. Man, this nigga got to arguing. Like, what the fuck you want? People say, oh, Kenny, people grieve different. Get the fuck out of here with these niggas. These niggas don't grieve different. These niggas is sucker motherfuckers. And I can go deeper into that shit with that nigga. I called the nigga, I told him, I said, yo, I'm offended that you said every time I call you, I'm calling you, I need something from you. I don't need shit from you. Nothing emotionally and nothing financially. Nigga hung the phone up on me. Fuck that nigga. So I know, nigga, you want some bullshit. This ain't no motherfucking shit that people, my family, well, Kenny, they grieve different. It's bullshit. And like I said, listen, this is what I hope. I'm going to my uncle shit because I'm going to support him. I'm going to go to support him. But soon that shit is over, I'm gone. Ain't no hanging around. Ain't no, how we do at this shit happens. No, I'm not doing none of that. Type of friend. Well, I'm not doing that. I don't fuck with that, bro. I don't have no family members no more, man. That's how I look at that shit now. You can't treat me like that and then act like, oh, nigga, somebody passed away, we supposed to be all good. Nah, nigga. We supposed to do that shit. When my aunt passed away, we all supposed to got close. But we didn't. The motherfuckers did what they did, and it is what it is. So, nigga, my uncle died, it is what it is. People, I'm really actually thinking to go to my uncle's shit, see my uncle. Actually, you know what? I can't even really see my uncle. That's a lie. That's a lie too, people. I just lied. That's a lie. My uncle cremated. And I can get in details about that shit, but I ain't gonna do that. But you know, don't get me wrong. I'm okay with getting cremated too. You know what I mean? I told my wife, cremate me. Don't be doing all that funeral shit. So that's what I said. Like, y'all don't understand. I love my uncle, man. You know what he stood for, but I don't know that for a fact. But it is what it is. I ain't talked to him in years like that. But imagine, I'm just gonna go there, show my respects, and I probably leave right after that. You know, go there, see my uncle, show love to his wife and shit like that, and I'm out, bro. I'm out. Man, I ain't got no love for the family like that, bro. I can't hang around and act like everything okay. We not okay. I'm not gonna pretend that shit. I love my grandma, man, but man, my grandma, we only fuck with each other like that. Anytime I come around people, I swear to y'all, on my life, my family, they be like, yo, what the fuck why you around? Like, I'm talking about like on holidays. I'm not talking about no sir shit. Of course, sir shit, they want everybody to come around. Everybody show, some fuck shit happen. They want everybody to come around. But, nah. On holidays, nah. What you doing here? What? Really? But okay, cool. But like I said, I'm gonna do the same shit on the funeral. There ain't no reason for me to stick around and act like everything okay. We ain't cool. I'm gonna show up, show my respects to my uncle, and I'm out. I'm gonna walk in, I'm gonna do what I do, show love to my uncle, nothing but love. I love my uncle. To this day, I love him. And he was who he was. I ain't gotta like everything he was about and what he was, but one thing about my uncle I love about him, he was him. Regardless of what I thought. You know what I mean? To a certain extent, he was who he was. Show respect, and I'm out. I'm not sticking around. For what? Y'all don't fuck with me. Y'all don't love me. My family don't fuck with me. They don't love me, bro. My own fucking cousin. I seen this nigga on Facebook. Yeah, this mother that nigga. I was trying to do that with you. You took the shit, whatever the fuck you on. I don't give a fuck what you on, nigga. Because you know that ain't what my intent. But you chose to go that route. And you go and you post a show. My nigga, you just did it on your own. I asked what we was doing as a family. Fuck that nigga, man. You ain't my cousin no more. I told that nigga. And then the nerve of the nigga tell me, oh, every time I call him, it's almost like I need something from him. I don't need nothing from you, nigga. Emotionally or financially. I don't need nothing from you. Never did. Never did. I call you because it's just love. It's love. But I don't never need nothing from no fucking motherfucker that ain't. Oh, nigga. I told you I can get real deep into my cousin. That nigga ain't like that, man. And the bad part about it, everybody in the family know it. Everybody know it. That nigga ain't like that. Still to this day. We still to this day with that nigga. You ain't like that, but I ain't never hold that against you. Because I know you ain't like that, but I never hold that against you. I appreciate you just being there when I call and we good. You know what I mean? I understand your mom passed. I get that, bro. But for you to say to me, like, I need you, or I'm calling you for any emotional or financial shit, you out your goddamn mind, nigga. You out your motherfucking mind fucking with me. Who the fuck are you, nigga? I ain't got to talk to you from, first of all, even before I even call you, nigga, I've been doing what I've been doing for years. The fuck I need you for any emotional shit. Even if it was emotional. What the fuck I need this nigga for? But like I said, I hope these niggas keep that same energy. I hope they keep that same energy. I hope my cousin keep that same energy. Fuck that nigga. I'm good. I don't need you, bro. Imagine niggas are sitting out there. This nigga. Listen, I can get real deep into some shit, people. If I tell y'all some real shit about this nigga, he ain't like that. My cousin ain't like that, nigga. I can tell you some real shit about these niggas. They, even family members, they ain't like that. I'm who the fuck I am, nigga. Even if his cousins I know that's like that. Niggas can't play me. They don't play me like that. They know better. Excuse me. I wouldn't disrespect and play with them like that. Because if I know they like that, I know they like that, nigga. You don't play with them like that. You don't disrespect them like that. That's why I don't like going to funerals. I'm going to tell you some shit going to happen. Because I'm going to have to go to a part of my cousin, that's his father. And I respect that nigga like that. And I'm going to have to show love. Right? I ain't called him and said nothing. And the reason I didn't, because he didn't really fuck with his father like that. Right? So who and me had this conversation with him? And he's in a different generation of me, of his father. So I can't connect that way. And I'm not going to try to put nothing to how this nigga feel. I just respect it. Right? Now, mind you, that shit going to happen. Now, he's married. That the woman that he was with planned the fucking whole shit. That's why it took so damn long. My uncle been dead for about 2 weeks, people. Two weeks. And I ain't called and said nothing because and maybe it's wrong for me. I don't fuck about that shit. You don't need me when shit going good, but you need me when shit go bad. I don't like that. I don't give a fuck who it is. Family foe. Call me when shit going good. Because I'll call you when my life is going good. My life is fine. My daughter, I love my daughter. When I call these motherfuckers, even when my cousin said, well, man, you was calling me something bad. That's because, nigga, why we ain't got a good relationship? It ain't got nothing to do with my life. I'm fine. I can do whatever the fuck I do. Well, why the fuck we ain't doing some shit as a family? That's my issue. Ain't got nothing to do with my fucking life, nigga. I'm fine. If I ain't gotta talk to you or fuck with you at all, I'm good with that. I'm fine. My daughter's fine. She don't need you motherfuckers. Listen, no one, my daughter don't even know who the fuck a lot of y'all are in the family. Like, let's be real about that. My daughter don't give a fuck. She don't know who the fuck y'all are. She don't really give a fuck. The motherfuckers keep pretending everything good though. We all good. We good. Yeah. Or nigga tell me, family member pass, oh, you know what? Hey, Ken, you tripping, nigga. Every time you call me, you need something. From what? What I need from you, nigga? Not nothing. Listen, I can tell you so much about these niggas. Listen, some of these niggas in my family, I can tell you so much. These niggas ain't like that, man. Seriously. It ain't about no gangster, too much on this gangster nigga like that. They just wasn't like that. There's niggas in my family I respect like that. I know they like that. The cousin I'm talking about, that nigga ain't like that. He was never like that, and he still ain't like that. He a bitch ass nigga. I stand on that. He ain't like that. The fuck out of here, nigga. I'll never forget that nigga what he said to me. You tell me, nigga, every time I call you, I need something. What? Oh, nigga, we ain't never cool. And then you just ain't try to justify, well, nigga, you saying, no, I ain't never say no shit like that, nigga. Oh, that's how I come off. Fuck you, bitch ass nigga. I ain't never came off that way. And when I see that nigga at the funeral, nigga, don't say nothing to me. Don't say shit to me. Don't say a motherfucking thing to me. Nigga, you feel that way about me? Nigga, I don't need you. I ain't never need you like that. And nigga, and I know you. And that's the crazy shit. Never mind. Let's move on. Like I said, this is how good of a fucking family member I am. Good of a nigga I am. I won't even still out this nigga because I know you ain't like that. That's all I say. I know you ain't like that. And you had a nerve to say this shit to me. Really, nigga? Really? Out of all niggas, you say that shit to me. Okay, cool, nigga. We know you ain't like that. Shit, the family know that you ain't like that. That's the crazy shit about it. You keep thinking that if I'm saying what I'm saying, you think it's me. No, the family know you ain't like that. You think people in the never mind. I'm gonna leave it be. People, holler at OBF, holler at me behind the scenes, man. We gonna get out of here, man. We talk about this shit behind the scenes, man. This nigga keep acting like my cousin. He keep acting like he like that nigga. Like you ain't he like that nigga. Stop. Nigga, you ain't like that nigga. I'm gonna try that like like it's me. Like I need you. I don't need you, nigga. Fuck around with you. But anyway, people leave comments, hit that like button. Support your boy, Mr. OBF. Peace and love to them. Y'all have me behind the scenes. OBF. I hit y'all up soon I get off.